In shit right now. Welcome to another episode of Evol Live. I'm your host, the Evil Tyrone. It's another special night tonight. Got my out of pocket gang with me again. You know, we're gonna be discussing some out of pocketness as always. The Tubi, some Tubi, just madness. So you know, if you're tuning in, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you for kicking it with us. It's always a fun time when I'm with these people. Always a fun time. And we also have a special guest tonight, you know, which is awesome, you know, just to get somebody else in here to share the joy, to experience the fun, you know. So let's get into it. It was as we introduce, you know, one by one, the panel, the guests. We got first off, we're gonna kick it off with spooky melanin magic. We got Bianca in the house. How you feeling tonight, Bianca?
Good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Shout out to the background, Hocus Pocus.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Shout out.
And I wore my out of pocket t-shirt for you. So Michael Myers, and it says just a tip, I promise. So I feel like that was very appropriate for
yes,
tonight.
very appropriate. Thank you, Bianca, for joining us again tonight. You know, thank you. All right. So next up, we got CurlyGirl at the movies. You know, a part of Psycho Babble Live. You know, you catch her on YouTube. Awesome breakdowns. Just an all around awesome person. Thank you for joining us again tonight, CurlyGirl.
Of course, and always. Yes. Live I want to be on the out of pocketness.
Yes. It's just a vibe. It's a whole entire vibe. And you, like, when I have certain lives, I'm always like, I wonder what CurlyGirl's list would look like. So I'm always like, you always take me there. So I appreciate the energy that you bring, appreciate the picks that you bring.
Thank you.
So thank you for stopping by. We also got Michael. Don't hide the drink. We got Michael Anthony in the building, you know, tonight. One half of People Under the Scares, you know, and 1/4 of Scream Kingz, you know, doing this thing. How you feeling tonight, Michael?
I'm good. I'm trying to get a little tipsy because I know we're about to be in for a lot of shit. So I'm trying to pamp myself.
Oh yes. It always gets a little out of pocket when we come together, but that's the point. You know, that's the point.
I'm scared of Curly. I'm worried about what Curly got for us.
Yeah, I think we all are a little you know, like what's she gonna pick? You know. So yeah, thank you for stopping by, Michael. You know, we also have in the building today, we got Sharai. I really can't say enough about this lady. Does a mountain of things, and they will all be in the description. You know, shout out to Nightmare on Fear Street, shout out to Blurty Massacre, shout out to every other thing that she does. Dread Central, you know, shout out to just you doing your thing. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you. I love being here. Thank you for always letting me get out of pocket. Thank you for holding these for all of us out of pocket fools. It's always a good time.
Yes. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. You know, to cut loose and get out of pocket And last but not least, you know, in the building today,
Tyrone.
We got my buddy over here. We got Bobby Torrez with a Z. You know,
what's popping?
It's another beautiful day, man. It's another beautiful day. If y'all not familiar with Bobby, which I'm sure you are, but if you're not, you know, he's the other half of People Under the Scares. Also 1/4 of the Screen Kings, just all around awesome dude. I wouldn't have seen as many free movies if it wasn't for this motherfucker right here, this year. So thank you.
Well, be clear on what kind of free movies. I'm not saying.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
I'm not doing any illegal shit.
Yeah, not nothing illegal, but hit me up about the passes and things like that, So thanks for showing love. And we got our very, very, very special guest in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I interviewed her not too long ago, and we also linked up for the first time at a BlurredCon, which was awesome with the spooky family. It was an amazing time, So we got GothCakez in the building. Yes, is that she got the prop. She got the props. Love it.
Always keep that thing on me. Very happy to be here. Tubi is my number one shawty when it comes to horror. Number one shawty.
Okay, that's big talk. That's big talk. So I'm interested to see, what your list is going to be tonight. Shout out to the shirt, knife, poster combo that you got going on.
Back there too. You right there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Face and check here right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See, shout out. I already know it's gonna be one of them nights. It's gonna be one of them nights, But thank you for stopping by. So let's get everybody up on this screen and let's get it started.
Before we get started, why nobody didn't tell me we're allowed to bring knives?
Listen. We assume you're packing, CurlyGirl. The assumption is that it's on you. It may not be on cam, but it's somewhere on you. Nobody can sneak up on you. Like if we saw a man in a mask and a gown in the back of you, it's like I'm waving my hand to warn him. That's how it is.
You gotta warn him to hide his dick, because that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
I approve.
Is that a Tubi original pitch? Because
yes. So thank y'all once again for stopping by, showing some love. We got Jaleesa in the building. Shout out. Hey fam, out of pocket already. Yes. You already know. That's how it get. So tonight is the out of pocket discussion for our top 7, Tubi picks, originals, kinda, out of like favorites, but not really, because honestly, yeah. The shit I got on my list would not be on the favorites at all. This was just a lot of things on here were a step out of my comfort zone. And this was a list that at first I was like, you know what, let's stick to the originals. But then I saw all the shit that they had on there, and I'm like, nah, we gotta open it up. Especially
anything goes.
Literally anything. It's very inspirational. It's very inspirational.
For real though, like anything is on YouTube. That means you can make anything and be on Tubi.
Yes.
Like anything can be on anything.
I'm
watching a movie right now that had to be made last weekend. I got 19 minutes left.
Maybe we should all make a movie. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Fuck it. Fuck it. We all saw Host. We could do Black Host.
Yes.
That was dope.
Let's get it.
I'm here for it.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's start a Kickstarter tonight. Like
yes.
right now.
Yes. We also got Wes, you know, the Ice Lord in the building. What's up, Wes?
What's
Thank you for
up?
stopping by. You know, so yeah, let's get it started. Oh, we also got Cassandra, you know, in the building. Yes, yes. She say she know you got receipts. Yeah, we bringing the receipts tonight, you know. So let's get now, you know, of course I like to start it off with a couple questions, you know, a couple would you rathers with the panel, you know, just to loosen it up a little bit, you know, just to see where everybody's mind is at, where everybody is just how everybody flowing tonight, you know. So
I'm scared.
He can't even get it out.
Right. I'm concerned.
My first question would be would you rather be seduced by a talking toilet or a talking sofa?
Talking sofa.
Sofa.
Sofa. Okay.
Sofa all the way.
Sofa.
I mean, never mind. I was about to
yeah, I think I feel like a sofa, but I'm not just thinking about like the one seat. I'm thinking about like the whole, you know, the 3-seater, you know, and it's something soft, you know. So I feel like it's something that I could, you know, necessarily lay on. I could lay on and just be comfortable versus the toilet, you know, where I do spend a well, yeah, we ain't gonna go into that, but the toilet would be a wild decision. I wanted to see if anybody would pick that wild, but everybody
No.
kept it.
I would have had follow-ups. I would have been like, so why the toilet? Medically speaking.
There's a cooling sensation on the toilet you won't get from the sofa. It's a little cooler.
Yes.
So maybe you rub your nipples on. Oh, God.
Ew. No.
Yes.
No.
I'm just thinking toilet water, and no, no.
Particles, all the particles.
Yep.
Has the toilet been cleaned? Is it a public toilet? There's too many questions.
Is it my toilet? Is it somebody else's toilet?
Right.
Is it a public toilet?
What is this? This would be your toilet in your house is self-cleaning, you know, and it's heated and it vibrates if you wanted to.
What kind of toilet is that?
This is like a bidet 2.0.
This is
a Sims toilets.
Right.
I like the
vibration happening.
I'm gonna stay with the couch.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Both the couch and both the toilet, they're getting ass either way. So I mean,
that's a good one.
I'm just saying, like.
That was good.
You might be getting some clean ass toilet.
Yeah, you go to the toilet first, make sure it's a bidet, and then you move into the couch.
No, you can't be double dipping. You choose one or the other.
Oh, you gotta choose one or the other. Like you can't, you know, be
the toilet has more shit, more features.
Literally.
Listen, the couch is just superior.
Yes.
I'm with the couch.
I mean, when I thought of the couch, I'm like, you know, it can wrap its arms around you or whatever, you know, you can be a little warm, you know. So if you like to be the little spoon, you know, yeah.
You might find money in the cushions, which is a nice bonus.
Exactly. The remote's gonna stay there, you know.
Right. So many good points being made. Like, I swear to God.
I don't know about keeping it warm. You know, when you spend the night at somebody's house and they don't give you sheets or covers, you use like a cushion from the couch and put it on top of you to try to get some heat.
It gets real.
I just think about the memes, from like Instagram and stuff, and people use like the most outrageous things to cover themselves. Like when your friend doesn't give you a blanket, they use like a piece of cardboard.
That's real. That's reality. Like especially when we were kids. Like nowadays, I'm like, no, I need everything.
Need everything.
Yeah.
I need a
back
sheet,
then,
a comforter.
Yeah, I need a comforter. I need a what's that shit? And the cushion on a pillow topper, you know, a mattress topper,
a body pillow.
Yeah,
I need a body pillow,
a bed skirt. I need a whole bed in a bag.
I'm here for the bed skirt and a duvet.
Yes, I don't know where the couch has been. I need all of it.
I need a husband pillow. You know, that's a real thing.
No, I need Winston Duke. I need a lot of things.
You said Winston Duke.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Now, thank y'all for answering my first question. You know, so vibrantly. You know, my next question would be, which film would you choose to star in if you know you're going to get that check for 100,000? You know, because we in strikes, you know, so they're not gonna give you that $1 million check, you know, they're gonna give you that 100,000. But this is a Tubi original, so 100,000 is, you know, you A level. You Steven Seagal. You Steven Seagal. You know, yeah, this is a Tubi original. So So, which film would you star in? The first one is called.
Oh my gosh!
Jesus Christ!
Desperate House Sharks of Florida.
No.
That's the first film that's on your desk. Desperate House Sharks of Florida. You know, and you play the maid. You know,
like really?
Yes.
The hell?
$100,000 for a maid role.
This is Tubi, and this is, you know, this is already exploitative, you know, because this is a housewives, you know, type scenario. So yeah, it would be a maid role, or the other movie that's on your desk. The title is called.
What is
the title is called Mama. The title is called Mama. I think the gynecologist next door is a spider from outer space. Part 2.
That's like a Goosebumps book.
Did you say part 2? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Roll. Absolutely. How many times he run this scam when we got 2 movies?
Like what?
I'm going with the second one. I don't like
Wait.
the one.
In the second one, what role are you playing?
Yes.
You're playing the neighbor. You know, you're playing if you ever seen like Disturbia, you know, you're playing that type of character, the person that's just, you know, looking through the window and it's like, oh, you know, we got a gynecologist, they just moved next door. But then you start to see subtle signs that this motherfucker is a spider from outer space.
That's lit.
And this is the sequel, so you've already got someone coming in a van, and they're going to assist you. But they're not right off the bat, of course, but in the middle of the story. You know?
Why are they coming in a van?
No doubt.
Because they've got a lot of contraptions and shit to deal with all this, with everything, because they done already dealt with it the first movie. This is part 2.
It's
so
a
they got a van.
spider. It's a man-sized spider. That ain't going in a normal car. You need a van. Like,
Give me
go
the
up a
second
fight
one.
with all the arms.
Don't pick anything with a spider in it, but definitely that. Yeah.
I'm gonna do them Florida sharks because you know what? Me as a maid, just being like, oh no, here's your orange juice. I'm gonna go clean that up. That feels better and safer than fighting giant spider gynecologists.
But I mean, you in a movie, it's not like the spider actually gonna hurt you.
No, it's like Denzel said, your first movie is gonna take a turn for the rest of your career, and I will not be fighting gynecologists. Spiders.
I would hate the girl that was in the middle of the human centipede. I can't imagine.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I would go with the second one because clinically that's crazy. I'm still going with the second one. That don't make no sense.
Okay.
So many questions. Like, why gynecologists at that? Like, even if you are a spider from outer space, you could be a podiatrist, optometrist. There's a lot of things you can be.
It's probably very efficient. Like,
to
they said all the arms do all the things at once.
Yeah, and they want to learn about, procreation, so why not be a gynecologist,
You want to come see me in the Sharks now? What?
The way I'm about to be singing Under the Sea, honey, I think put me in the first movie, child.
I'm with you.
I'm like a little mermaid because I don't know.
I'm definitely gonna say the first one, even though I don't fuck with like sharks and stuff like that. But I feel like it will be real fair because I don't like none of that stuff, and I feel like it's real camp, and I like camp, so I'm there.
Yes.
Minus it being in Florida. I don't like Florida, but
it'll be like when Batman punched that plastic shark on that old show. Like Adam West was on a fake helicopter punching plastic sharks, and I was like, "That's badass." As a child,
it's awesome.
I want to punch a plastic shark. Like,
yes. What about you, Curly? What was your answer?
No, I've been said that I would be in the second one because it's like
okay.
Gotcha. Okay. And we already got your answer, right? You the final answer was the second movie, right, Bianca? That was your final answer. Or are you going back to the sharks?
Man, nah, I gotta hold down the healthcare field. Put me in the second one.
Okay. I respect it.
Thank you.
I respect it. What about you, GothCakez?
I'm gonna say the first one because I don't like spiders, and I do like sharks. I feel like that would be interesting to be a shark's maid. What would that be like? What would that life be like?
Yeah, and the food preparation would have to be like crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, you're playing the sharks maid in the first one? I thought you were
it's Tubi, so yeah.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yes. These questions were crafted with Tubi in mind. So that's why it's a little out there.
That's very Tubi. That's
Yes. Now my next question would be what object would you beat the killer over the head with? If you had these two choices. A would be your dentures, but your dentures are made of steel. Okay? That's A. And I wrote these before I started smoking. B would be your wig, but the wig is really your twin brother.
Oh,
wasn't it Tyler Perry Productions?
Lord,
what?
Wait.
I'm trying to.
Tyrone, please make. How does wait? How?
Yeah, the concept. The cow is the wig of your twin brother. The concept.
The concept was you were born with a smaller twin brother attached to you. So you had them medically separated when you guys finally turned 18 and were able to legally get the surgery done. So after the surgery, you were having like a little attachment issues. So you were like, all right, we still want to be around each other, but this shit look kind of weird, especially like we're grown as hell, we're in relationships now, both of us are trying to make moves, but the only way that we feel like we can get this thing going or keep this thing going is to one of us got to go undercover. So the brother is undercover as the wig.
All right, let me take a drink.
This is the whole Tubi movie itself.
No, this is the pitch from a Wigman, and I think that Tubi's going to allow it. I think that we'll see this on a screen next year.
Copyright right now. Tubi about to jack your ideas.
All your ideas, Tyrone, Tubi originals. Just keep this list. What?
This sounds so complicated.
This coming for you.
Can the wig like match?
You know what,
Shalisa?
Does the wig talk back? Like,
the wig talks back.
All right, I'm picking the wig.
I'm picking the wig too because the wig can like the guy also. You beating the guy and then the wig beating the guy too. So.
Yeah, that's
it's like Cousin Nick, but he's your brother and he can talk. You know?
Okay.
And he can bite the motherfucker too, I bet you. So you know what?
Yes.
Yeah. The brother wig for me as well.
What the first option was. What was the first one?
What was the first option? I really forgot. Like
Steel dentures.
The steel dentures.
Okay.
dentures.
Yeah, definitely the
nice
wig.
projectile if you want to throw it at somebody's face, but I think the brother
Yeah.
wig is going to do more damage.
Yes.
It's 2-in-1. You fighting and the brother wig fighting too.
Right?
Does the wig come off? Both the wigs, so it does come off.
Yeah, and he's your brother, so he's not attached to you anymore. So yeah, it does. You can take him off. Yeah.
Ooh.
So when
Turn into a human, or is he just still a wig?
Right. Does he transform?
Well, no, he's kind of like, you know, Cousin It, but more stylish. You know, like I feel like he's got a chain. You know, he's got glasses, like when the sun's out, stuff like that. You know, like he also holds things for you. You know,
legs and arms.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God, please.
All the way through.
Been on.
All the
Wait.
way. It barely thought of it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I feel like more keeps being added to the story.
This is a full movie now. I'm not mad about it. Like,
Tyrone, please.
Complicated, so I'm gonna go with the steel dentures. Yeah, I'm thinking you could, like, if you hold it right, you could use them as almost like brass knuckles almost.
But I'm thinking about minimal effort. I'm thinking about minimal effort with, you know, because do I want to put all that effort into beating a motherfucker with steel dentures, or do I want to double team them with my brother? You know?
Right.
I feel like the dentures are kind of like the brass knuckles. If you want to make it personal, get up close. That's kind of the move. If you want like some distance, the brother wig.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, that's the title, the brother wig.
The brother wig.
I can't wait to see it on Tubi. I'll be like, I remember when we came up with that title.
See that shit on Tubi? Sue the fuck out of them. They stole your idea.
It probably dropped an hour ago. Let's not pretend Tubi's not got in development already.
They started casting already.
It'll be out tomorrow.
They were filming this morning, and it'll be up tonight. What?
Schedule.
No, I can't.
Yeah,
Now, my next question is going to be, if you are, I'm not going to say alone, because I feel like there's more of a story if you're with other folks. So if you are trapped inside a Target overnight and you standing on top of these fucking shelves or sitting on top of these fucking shelves, and there is a killer bear on the loose and he is hopped up on crank, Don't ask me what crank is. I just know in school they said say no to crank, so I assume it's bad.
What is that?
So that's that's option A. Would you rather have that motherfucker, the bear on crank, running around Target while you and a couple other people are in there? Let's say you and 4 other people are in there. Or would you rather be in there with an alligator, who is hopped up off of K2?
That's a good turn.
Alligator.
Alligator? Damn.
Yes.
You could be up on top the whole time. A bear's gonna knock that down and then tear your ass up. An alligator, you can hide from an alligator. You can't hide from a bear.
Okay.
You can't hide from a bear.
But the alligator could tip it with its huge snout, like.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm gonna go with bear because we can punch a bear together. We can like gang up on the bear. But alligators, they have that thick skin or the scales, so you have.
All right, that's more of a
weapons.
chance, though.
Yeah, you gotta get weapons. Whereas I can be like, we're gonna rush this bear, everybody, on 3. The alligator, you could be there all night and just be biting people and beating people's ass with its tail.
But if we gang up on the bear, one of us is getting fucked up.
One of us, but also
a couple of us, maybe.
But the alligator.
Do we want to take that chance?
The alligator gonna win every time. I've
That's
seen those
so low
porn
on the
videos.
ground, though. You high up, even if the thing is knocked over, you could always just hop on another one. Also, why can't we break out the front door?
I feel like I could jump on the alligator's back and get some rope, and then just tie its mouth, and then there you go. Those instincts would jump right in.
What part of the country is the target in? Because some of them targets have weapons. What is the weapon selection?
You know what? I was just going to say that. I was going to say that this is one of those targets that doesn't, because I feel like I pictured this scene, and I was in it, of course. I picture this scene where I'm just in the electronics section and I'm just like reflecting, and it's like day 4. And, I'm like, fuck, I'm sick of, eating this whipped cream, from the aisle 6 that I grabbed 2 days ago and shit. I'm like, damn, I got to go grab some more food. And I'm rethinking my choices because I'm like, I was so invested, and I used to work at Target. So I feel like that was the reason why I had went to that Target that day, and I should have went to Walmart. So it would have just been a scene where one of the main characters is just like, damn, we should have went to Walmart. And then there's people in the audience, of course, that's laughing. I pictured that scene getting a laugh. So yeah.
Walmarts have guns. It'd be a different movie. What?
Yeah. That's the tagline. They should have went to Walmart.
Ooh. This is gonna do real well on Tubi. Again, you should be writing these down for real.
Tubi right now is watching. They're already writing down script, casting, polls open. They're doing all of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna stick with bear.
Okay. So most of us are saying bear. Then I'm saying, most of us are saying bear.
You can punch a bear.
Alligator.
Okay.
Y'all take y'all chances with this damn bear. Y'all crazy.
You can punch a bear.
I say
and they can punch back.
The bear's gonna eat all the food in the grocery store, so you ain't even gonna have no food left.
Like it's also high on crank, so it's gonna go to sleep soon.
Yeah.
We all saw Cocaine Bear. We all saw it. Let's not pretend.
That's literally what I was gonna say. That I would just like guide it to, or I guess have it chase me to the food aisle. It could eat itself into a food coma, knock out. Usually any Target, no matter where in the country it is, I'm sure they have like grilling supplies. Take the little pokey things and like fireplace, kill that ish while asleep.
Yes.
We can gang up on a bear. I'm saying.
Kill that ish.
Yeah.
Done.
This ain't the Revenant, I think we could.
Bear. Let's jump the bear.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I think we could all handle ourselves. You know, we could all handle ourselves.
It's gonna be a good movie. What?
I feel like I'm gonna stand behind CurlyGirl because I feel like she already gonna have the weapons on deck. You know, she already gonna have the.
Some of us have knives, so we could stab the bear. You can't. I don't think you can stab an alligator with a knife. That's skin too tough.
We'd have to poison the alligator. I'm thinking
that take too long.
Yeah.
Like with the bear, we can stab it, we can tase it, we can punch it. Like there's options.
Yeah.
But the bear's on crank.
On drugs already, so it's crazy.
Right. All right, but never mind, man. Y'all seen Cocaine Bear? That bear was going crazy, man. Like y'all think y'all can handle a bear like that? Come on.
I've seen them in alligator movies. That ain't for me.
Yeah. Just running around.
I've seen them alligator TikToks. That ain't.
No, I don't mess with alligators or kangaroos. Those are out of those are too far for me.
Oh yeah, I've seen kangaroos boxing. Like
same. I watched a kangaroo box a man, and the man like won and hopped in his ride and sped off. And the kangaroo showed up outside that man's house and tapped on his window like, "Come outside." No.
He wanted his lick back.
Right? He was like, "Come outside." And it's like, oh no, kangaroos are muscly and dangerous. I don't like it.
Active.
That's what happened.
This was not Reckless Matter in Life when I was a kid. I don't like it.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. He not the same.
No. You're that crank.
Yeah, I really should have looked up what crank is before I put it in the description.
It has to be like cocaine or something, or like cocaine mixed with something. It has to be cocaine.
See, y'all don't even know what it is. So the beer might be even super strength. He might have superhuman strength.
Acquired strength.
Y'all wow. Me and Mike got the alligator. Sandra's right. Y'all better be on your Steve Irwin. Exactly.
Yes.
It is meth.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Steve Irwin.
These animals are on meth. That's what it is.
You should already know, Jaleesa. You should already know. I was coming with the foolishness. What's up on Love with Horror? Yes, thank y'all for stopping by. I literally never heard the word crank before. Yes.
These questions.
In this context, yes, I had to switch it up. Kay Washington said, "Thank you for stopping by." Taymon, thank you for stopping by, buddy. Sylvester, yeah, you already knew. You had to stop by, man. You already knew.
Hey,
it was doing a thing. You gonna jump it from afar? Watch us jump it from afar.
Yeah.
Right idea.
Step around. Gotta be the first round.
Yes. Yeah, gotta be on your Steve Irwin. Yes. Kangaroos are savage.
They are.
They mean.
Well, so what about a kangaroo on crank?
No.
So they kick the shit out of you.
No. I would just go ahead and go to the king because I'm not gonna box a kangaroo on meth. What?
Yeah.
Go fucking what?
Yes. We all it's flooded with melanin tonight. It's
melanin.
All different shades. It's flooded tonight. Yes. We love it. You know. Now my last question, before we get into the actual list,
Jesus, I'm scared.
Yeah.
So all right. So similar, we're gonna take it back to the mountain people, the mountain folk. We're gonna take it back to the mountain folk for this one. Don't put your head down, Bobby.
Because this conversation last time it didn't go well.
Yes, it did.
Mike, never mind. Go ahead, Tyrone.
I knew I didn't get fucked up enough for the stream.
Hey, Vanessa, thank you for stopping by. By. Now my last question, you are in a scenario where you were in the woods and you were on a vacation and it was a solo vacation and you were just like, you know what? I just want to see some greenery, smoke a little bit, drink a little bit, and just see nature for what it is and just be cool, calm, and relax. And then you found your little campsite. You set up everything. You were like, this is living. Looking at the stars. You got the fire going. You know, everything is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And then you close your eyes and you're just like, yo, this is I'm totally at peace right now. You just close your eyes. And then as you close your eyes, someone puts a sack over your head.
The nerve.
And then they zip up the sleeping bag that you were in and they tie that up, toss you in the back of their truck.
Oh,
they're like, we got another one. Let's get them. Let's get them.
No.
So, you're driving. You're in the back of this truck. You're like, oh man, what the fuck is not it? So you pull up to this huge mansion, but it's a broke mansion though. Like it's got a hella rooms, but it's dingy as hell. You know, so you pull up to this broke ass mansion and you like, you know, what did I get myself into? And you they open up the sack, the sleeping bag, and you see all these people around you. If you ever played Resident Evil 7, that's what these motherfuckers look like, you know, like just backwards, you know, type people, but with more dirt, with more mud on them and funk. These people smell like they haven't showered in, you know, many moons. So the funk is there. So as we move along, they take you up, they walk you up the stairs. And they're like, oh, don't you be afraid, little youngin'. Don't you be afraid. We're going to take care of you, all right? We're going to take care of you, all right? We're going to make sure you eat good tonight. We got some squirrel on the pan. So they fix you your plate of squirrel. And they're like, you can eat in your room. So so they're like, so you're like, oh, all right, you know, whatever. Like, I'm in this situation. I'm terrified. I don't know what the fuck these people are gonna do. I don't know what the fuck, you know. And there's certain smells. You're like, oh my god. So and you finally get up the courage to lay your head down and go to sleep because you like, you know what, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It is what it is.
Really?
So, you know, and then the clock strikes 2 a.m. You know, and you hear a little rap-a-tap-tapping on your door. Not no loud knock, but it's just a little rap-a-tap-tapping on your door. And you and it opens and it's all of them. It's about 6 of the motherfuckers at the door waiting on you. Lights beaming. You're like, oh shit, this is fucking terrifying. I don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers gonna do. They're like, don't worry. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, youngin. Don't be afraid. We've got you. We are not cannibals. You know, our family left those practices alone, you know, 2 generations ago.
Why?
So we are better than that. We just want to take care of you. We want to love you.
Lies.
We want to take care of you. We want to make sure that you're all right before we send you back off. We just want to make sure that you're all right. So they give you 2 choices before you can leave out of there. They set you up. They're like, they get you shit. They're like, all right, you done spent half the night. It's time for you to Sylvester. They spending, you know, you done spent half the night. They're like, all right, it's almost time for you to go. All right, so you got 2 choices in order to get out of here. because we're not monsters. You know, we want to take care of you. So your two choices are take a family sponge bath, a sponge bath with the family, and God knows what's in the tub. You know, it's indescribable. Indescribable. You got to take a family sponge bath, or you got to let each one of them you got to let each one of them or them as a family collectively, you know, because it's going to be multiple people working on you. You got to let them bite your toenails and your fingernails off, you know, because they're like toenail freaks. That's their fetish or whatever. So, you know, like they don't want to do anything freaky. They just want to bite your toenails off.
That's pretty freaky. That's pretty freaky.
You said option 2. Okay.
How much of a nail they're gonna bite off? Like the whole nail, or just like the tip?
Yeah. What if they take too much off?
Well, you got to think about it. There's multiple different types of teeth in here. You know, some people got 2 teeth, some people got no teeth.
No.
Not them just gumming at your fingers.
Coming at your fingers.
No, I'm good. I'll take my chances with one. Hopefully, whatever I get is curable afterwards, and I'll just go. I'm sorry.
I don't know, because they was funky, and I don't know when getting that bath water and being there with that funk. I don't know.
But it'd be funky when they all slobbing on you, chewing on your nails and your fingers and stuff. Ew.
I didn't say that was a good choice. I just said I don't know about that one.
These must be slobbed on your fingernails. They're gonna also like bite them off, so that part of you is gonna be gone anyway. But you go in the tub, your whole body is gonna be so I think I'm gonna let them give me a match and shit.
I'm with Curly. Like, I need a pedicure anyways. It's fine.
The only thing is I'd be so nervous the whole time they're gonna bite me and not just take the fingernails and the toenails. But that's a lot of people in the tub though. So I did that.
Yeah.
Some of them got 2 teeth, so they can't bite too much.
I don't like to share stuff with people, stuff like bath water. So yeah.
What if there's like a car already in the tub?
All right, but what if one like they're like sucking on your fingers and biting your nails and stuff like that? But what if one of them have a sudden urge to just like take a bite out of your finger just because they used to be that way, but they're no longer that way? But all of a sudden they get that impulse. Yeah, I'm not taking my chances. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Save me. Don't put your mouth on my fingers or my toes. I'm gonna put.
But you could catch
your breast. I know your breath stink. If your body stink, your breath stink. Your spit. Right. I don't want your spit.
I'm just trying to imagine this funky soup we'd all be sitting in, and I don't know if I'd ever be right again. Anyways,
you don't know what was in that tub. Like you don't know who was in that tub, what was in that tub.
But you can go home and wash all that off. You can't grow those nails or your fingers back or your toes back or anything.
You're gonna catch all kinds of disease already.
If they bite the finger off and I bleed out, I'm going to the king. Whereas if I get in that bathtub, I'm living with that for however long I have left because they're going to give me scurvy in that bathtub. And I just...
The tub is going to be longer, too. Just bite my shit off and I can leave.
Keep it pushing.
No. I think about them having fleas and being in the tub with that. No.
Because you know they ain't clean the tub out. They don't got no Clorox in there. So you know it ain't even a ring around the tub. It's just
the gray bathtub from Silent Hill. Have you seen those bathtubs in Silent Hill? Have you?
It's like you step in the tub, it's greasy. Why is the bottom of the tub greasy?
Not fucking greasy.
I'm done.
I'm sending for help.
I definitely SOS, waving my white flag. I do have a question though. Ty, how long you been practicing that voice, whatever that voice was?
Right.
You know what? It's just a silly ass side of me. You know, I have social anxiety, so sometimes I don't always show that side. But I've been smoking, so you know, I feel free.
I
I love
was
it.
saying,
Mike
I
is
was
I love
saying,
it.
into it.
I love
you
it.
need to lead a D&D campaign. I would play the shit out of that. Yes.
Well, thank you for mentioning that because I was actually thinking about doing something like that, but for horror, you know, and just getting some folks, you know, together and doing some shit, you know.
Yes.
So
Mm.
yeah.
Yes.
I ain't never played before, but yeah, I want to do it.
I never remember how to play, so it's like we're in the same circle.
we black, we gonna make up our own rules, so it is what it
Absolutely.
There you
is.
go.
I got
Absolutely.
dice.
Yes. Yes. So yeah,
Well,
thank y'all
Tyrone, what
for
about you?
oh yeah. Well, I think I'm a shit.
They sound terrible.
I think you know what, because I just could not see myself sitting in that tub, that greasy ass tub with about 4 other motherfuckers, and you know, just the funk and just the breathing and the hair and all that shit. Like I don't think I could do that shit. So I think I'm gonna have to choose the toenail clippings, you know, with their teeth, only because I feel like my therapist would be able to help me out with that one more than you know the bathtub scene, you know, because now if I was in the bathtub scene, like whenever I get a certain smell or walk to a bathtub like that shit, I'm like, yeah, exactly, Jaleesa. It is what it is. It is what it
You're a
is.
Virgo.
That's it, me. Oh, that's what shut up.
You know, but yeah, thank y'all for entertaining, you know, them silly ass questions. I was like, I gotta come with some some left ones. I gotta go left for the Tubi discussion, you
Absolutely.
know.
Yeah. Oh,
So yeah. So let's get into what we came for, you know, our top 7 lists for Tubi, you know. So I'm gonna kick it off with my number one. Well, it ain't, these are in no particular order, and I ain't even gonna call it my number one because God knows this ain't my number one, you know. So but yeah, my first pick is going to be a little ditty called Piranha Woman, you know. So and she has piranha teeth, you know, and she's got piranha other things as well, you know. The movie started off, you know, with her giving some guy well, trying to give some guy fellatio in the pool, and then but she had piranha teeth, you know, so you know how that ended up. And then there was also a scene where she was surfing and piranhas were like jumping up and down on the I don't know how that worked, but she was surfing and piranhas were like surfing the wave with her, you know, at the same time, you know.
Kind of like,
Yeah,
oh, that's so cute.
yes.
Sure.
and then you know, it was one of those movies I feel like, because along with a lot of Tubi movies, especially in the horror section, it'll be horror, but like kind of erotica, kind of like the old HBO and shit when they used to show the naughty movies. But Tubi's like, no, we can't show the boobs like that, so we got to cut certain scenes out. So Tubi has like all this like softcore erotica horror on there, but minus the sex scenes, which you know, I feel like it just removes the plot out of the story, you know, if anything.
Let's be honest. Who watches that shit for anything other than the sex scenes?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know what? Now that I'm an adult, I would like a storyline, you know.
Oh yeah,
So
but not in a movie like that. You don't watch a movie like that for the story.
well, yeah, true. Piranha Woman. I didn't choose Piranha Woman, you know, for
She chose you.
And there was a scene where she was getting you know, a little hot and heavy with somebody, and she has piranha nipples, you know. So yeah,
Explain
So
yourself.
I'm
So
Googling
wait,
piranha nipples right now.
What does that mean?
Clinically.
Right. Clinically, the math is not mathing. So her nipples were just biting at
yes,
whoever.
yeah, she took her shirt off. She had piranha nipples.
because
Yeah.
T, when you
So it
said
was shaped like a piranha.
It was like they had like the teeth. Yeah, it was shaped like a piranha.
How's she getting bras for that? Because
Concerning.
piranhas have nipples, I'm stupid as fuck. I literally was trying to imagine how piranha nipples would look like.
I was like, I really do not understand science. But I was like, wait, no, they got teeth.
You don't have to wonder, Curly, because it's on Tubi.
hell.
Piranha Woman
Mm-mm.
now available on Tubi. So
For
yes,
free.
yes, for free.
So
You
the-
know, I think it's under the full moon section. They got a lot of shit on there. So yeah, yes, yeah, but
Wrote down piranha woman because what?
Sylvester said I googled it.
On Tubi?
Aye.
Yes,
I'm trying to find a
yes.
nipple.
Yeah, that should be the sequel, Piranha Nipples. Yeah. But yeah, that was my first choice, you know. So we're gonna take it to Goth. What's your first choice?
I feel like because they do have a lot of thriller horror on Tubi, like the Black Cinema. Faithful was a crazy one. Faithful was, and it was bad, but then the ending was so much more than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, this is wild and weird, but that ending was
Yes. Faithful. I like. So is it somebody being unfaithful, or is it what's?
absolutely,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
Is it black?
Yep.
Oh, see, I knew it because Tubi done got a whole section of. It's got like 10 movies with "faithful" in the title. You know, with black woman, you know, aside a black man, you know, looking at each other and shit.
Yes.
They heard Issa say she was for everybody black, and they said, "Will you after this?" And they've been on a mission never fucking since. Like,
you know what? I support it. It like is, you know, some of the Tubi movies be looking like they taped it with a Nokia phone from 2001.
Yeah.
And it says 2023 on it, and you're like, you don't have access to an iPhone. But this was like nicely shot. I was like, okay, Tubi. Was it super dramatic and ratchet as hell? Absolutely. But that's exactly why I watched it.
Yes. I love it.
Did she cut it off or something? What happened? Because I haven't seen it.
Yes. Now, what about you, Bianca? What's your number one pick?
So I actually took the safe route with Tubi. Not gonna lie to y'all. There's the movies on there are just so outrageous that what the F. So I actually did more so like movies that we're familiar with that's on Tubi, but out of pocket scenes from that we may not have picked up on. So one of them, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Malicious. So about an hour and 15 minutes in. So basically the premise of the story is there's this professor, his name is Alex. He moves to this remote town with his pregnant wife for his new job. And his wife is gifted a fertility box for whatever reason by her sister, Becky. And the fertility box wreaked havoc. I'll just say it like that. And there's a scene in that movie, like about an hour and 15 in, where the demon is like, oh, I don't want to give it away, but the demon basically is pretending to be his daughter and starts kissing him and is just like, was it good for you, daddy? You weren't supposed to tell mommy about this. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, she got him up against the stairs and was just like, and I'm like, okay, so we're going to start the night off with a little incest, you know, a little incest.
Is this what you call safe, Bianca? Available now for your viewing
On
pleasure
Tubi.
on Tubi. What about you, Curly Girl? What's your first pick?
We'll start safe. So, why are you laughing? I really was gonna start safe. Okay, there's this dumbass movie on Tubi called Thanksgiving. It's about a killer.
Yes, go on. I'm sorry,
Yes.
I saw it. Go on.
Yes.
It's a turkey. It
Yes.
kills people. Thanksgiving turkey. Well,
Yes.
before it got decapitated and shit. It just runs around and just slashes motherfuckers.
My favorite line is "Get stuffed." You know, that's my favorite line from that movie.
My favorite thing about that franchise is the third one is the second one, but they were just like Thanksgiving 3. I tried to start it because
There's more than one.
Yes, I tried to watch this sequel, it's Thanksgiving 3, and I couldn't do it because it opens with like a naked bitch floating around in space. I'm like, no.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It was on my list, but since Curly already mentioned 1, I won't mention 3. But yeah, Thanksgiving 3 is on my list.
Sorry, I never finished it. So if there's other scenes outside of her in space, they'll throw on you.
My favorite part of the first one, when the turkey was trying to fool them idiot ass motherfucking teenagers that it's not the killer turkey, and they killed I think he killed one of their dads, right? And they put on the dad's glasses, so all of them was talking to the turkey and thought that they was talking to their dad.
Yeah,
because they had the glasses.
I try not to say movies are bad, but like
it's a good time. Alcohol required, you know. Alcohol required, smoking required, just something.
Crank.
Yeah.
You need to crank for those. Oh.
Crank that Thanksgiving, you know, the brand new TikTok dance. Available for your viewing pleasure on Tubi. You know, only on Tubi. Let's see, Mr. Bobby Torrez. What's your first pick, man?
My first pick. So I didn't watch too many Tubi originals. This one's a Tubi original, but the rest of them is kind of just what's on Tubi, whatever, because I just simply did not have the time to go through all these crazy ass movies. But this one I've seen a few months back, the Amityville Curse, that came out this year. We had too many of these damn movies, but this one I thought this was going to be a solid one because I'm like, you know what? It seems pretty simple. Sorry, cars. It seemed pretty simple. It don't have a crazy ass title. They're talking about a curse, sure. Mm-hmm. But they go into this house trying to flip this house, knowing all the crazy events that happen in there. And every time their friend dies, they still decide to stay in the fucking house. No, we got to keep flipping this house. We got to get our money. You got 5 of your friends dead and y'all still want to stay in this fucking house. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Y'all all out of pocket for this. So, this is definitely on the list. Yeah, I'm not too sure if you guys checked it out, but if so,
I've seen it.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
If you really want the chaos, go to Tubi and type in Amityville. They have 44 of those bootleg sequels. 44. Because I was going to pull one for this, and I was like, I'm overwhelmed. And I just went to the original.
40.
I was curious about this one just because it's a Tubi original. You know, it says the Amityville Curse. I'm like, you know what? This might be the more tame one, and it's not. It's just as bad.
I was like, why are you guys still there? You guys, I heard you guys were in the living room together, like cheers, and you like heard y'all heard it. All y'all heard it. And you're like,
your friend gets tossed out the window. You're like, oh well, let's continue. Just like, all right.
We're all gonna live here.
Right.
It's not gonna stop my
party. Somebody else to do it. Find somebody else to do it. My first friend dead. I'm gone. I'm out. First of all,
exactly.
Even putting my money into that Amityville Curse. No, thank you.
No.
You guys can flip that yourself. When you're done with that, sure, I'll put in for some landscaping, but like I'm not living in that house.
No.
Like,
but the Amityville, the whole licensing for that is just out of pocket because they're just doing whatever they want with their franchise. So I should just name every damn
super
movie.
out of pocket.
Anything can be Amityville now.
Yeah.
They make the one in space yet?
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
They have
coming.
Amityville Karen. They have Amityville Sharks. They got Amityville anything. If you have a word, there's an Amityville for it.
So
Yep.
Somebody needs to close that loophole because it's getting wild.
And the newest one coming out is called Glory Hole. That's exciting.
I thought it was just a joke at first, but I forgot it was Amityville. It's never a joke.
When I seen it in the back of a Fangoria magazine, I said, all right, it's real life. It's happening.
Damn. You know what's funny? That was my giveaway question. How many Amityville horrors sequels did they make? You know?
I think they're up at like 70 or 80 something, aren't they?
Yeah, they're crazy.
y'all out of that's
They were up crazy. And it keeps growing. It keeps growing.
Run to death. They will never stop with those shits.
No, they won't.
Never. It's relentless.
No, I gotta blame the Warrens.
Yeah.
This is their real legacy. This and that Annabelle nobody wanted, where they threw Alfred Woodard off a balcony. What?
Facts. Now what about you, Sharai? What would be your first pick?
My first pick is Velocipaster. If y'all thought y'all misheard that, no, it's really Velocipaster.
Velocipaster.
A priest loses his parents, so he goes to China and inherits his mysterious ability to turn into a dinosaur.
Yes. Oh, Velocipaster.
And before he figures out what's going on, he comes to, and a sex worker has found out his secret, and she's like, "You can use your powers for good. You could fight crime as a dinosaur." And he's like, "I could." And that's the movie. Him as a dinosaur vigilante.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
You have to.
Is there a sequel, or did I make that up?
No, I heard that there's going to be a sequel. I literally tell people to watch Velocipaster, like on purpose. Like, please watch that. I want to cosplay Frankie Mermaid because
Listen, if you want a chaotic time, Velocipaster is there for you.
Yes.
My mind was blown.
I did start that.
Oh my
today.
God. The special effects in Velocipaster are out of pocket. Oh, when you see him transform into the dinosaur, you're gonna be no good.
It's giving big 80s energy, and I couldn't look away.
I had to turn it off when it got to China. And he's just looking around. He's like, China.
Meanwhile,
and then you see a bow and arrow. I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to find another movie. I don't know.
It was too much.
It's the Velocipaster, do it. It's great.
No, please watch it, y'all.
That scene had me cracking up.
The best ever. The best movie ever.
Yes, Cassandra. Check it out. Velocipaster.
Velocipaster. I'm so glad.
Listen, I can't pick one scene, but I will talk about their romance because the Velocipaster and the sex worker do have a little romance. Yeah. Because she's like, "You could do good." I think he beats up her pimp, doesn't he? Or am I making that up?
That's probably accurate.
Yeah, because I think
that sounds like that would be very on brand with the movie.
I think that's what it is. Because I think that she was trying to help him like fight crime, and like her pimp was interfering, and the Velocipaster was like, "I'm gonna take care of it." And I was like,
all right.
That's kind of sweet though, because you got the pastor being like, "Yo, turn your life around. Stop.
Turn your life around."
He was like, "I need you full time, so I'm gonna talk to him real quick." But yeah, he takes care of crime. He takes a bite out of crime. Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna go on my list. Because what the
Please
What?
message me the second you watch it.
You know I will. Because what in the hell did you say? What?
I'm a rewatch it. I watched Velocipaster like last year. I was just watching a whole bunch of crazy crap on Tubi because I'm like, these movies make me so excited as a special. I could do so much. I could really help somebody out with their $2.5 movie that they make. Call me.
Please tell me when you do watch it because I see you talking about how it sounds amazing. Please tell me. I got this movie from Alma from Fifth Street. I'm not gonna lie to you because I last year was like, "What's the latest movie on Tubi?" And Alma's like, "I got you, Velocipaster," but I like it. And I was like, "Okay, it's a lot." And I was like, "I see a lot. I see a lot."
You see what? You'll love it. You'll want to tell other people to watch Velocipaster. People are like, "What's a movie?" Velocipaster.
You have to give nothing else after the title.
It's
it's what it sounds like.
Yes,
it's a fun
exactly.
name.
It's a dinosaur priest. What else do you think it's gonna be?
It's literally everything else doesn't matter. It's Velocipaster.
That's what you want in the title to give everything you need to know about the movie and nothing more.
But you know, some people they can't even take that. Like I went to see Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and you know, at the end of the movie, somebody was like, "That sucked," and I'm like, "Bro, why are you here?"
You came to see Winnie the Pooh,
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I like the origin story.
Listen, Christopher Robin left them, and they was feeling lonely. Is what I know about that.
I mean, the movie did suck, though. To be fair, it did suck.
But there's going to be other movies. Like they're doing Cinderella right now, and I think Sleeping Beauty's on deck. Like if you go to the Wikipedia, there's going to be some fairy tales getting fucked up for the next couple of years.
I knew that Winnie the Pooh was going to be. I was going to go see it. Now, if it's streaming on something, absolutely I will watch it because I always see it through, my boy. But I knew I wasn't going to get out of my house to go see it.
Winnie the Pooh sounds like a Tubi original, to be honest.
It was showing down the street, so I had to.
That's dedication.
You didn't have to go that far. You didn't have to go that far.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I'm just in an era where I'm not willing to put on pants for most things, and so.
So that too.
Yes.
Right. I gotta put on pants, clothes. I gotta people, and then see the movie.
No. Protecting my energy and my time. Oh, stay my ass at home.
Not for Winnie the Pooh shit.
Yeah. I am gonna go see the Meg 2 though. That came out today, guys.
Yeah. That too looks very good. Looks very good. I love giant sharks and you know fucking other shit. You know, give it all. Give it all. You know what about you, Mike? What's your number one? What's your first pick?
We're starting off Save 5. So I saw something for the first time yesterday called The Suckling, and I didn't really know what it was about, but which it turned out to be like I guess an anti-abortion movie. So this couple goes to an illegal abortion clinic, which is also a brothel. So like they get in there.
Wait a minute.
You can't definitely. You gotta have.
I'm not lying, I swear I'm not lying.
Clinically,
I literally refuse. I refuse, but continue. But I refuse because what?
Clinically, I have concerns.
So many. I'll get them later.
And then there's a man. You know it's a brothel because the man is getting. He's not really getting. It's not a strap on. One of the workers in there is just kind of shoving a dildo inside of him. And then the couple comes inside, and the woman is like, I don't want to get rid of it. I want to keep it. But the boyfriend wants to get rid of it. But they drug her and then take the baby anyway and then throw it down the sewer. But also in the sewer is toxic waste. So there's a scene of it growing and then it's getting like claws and like long legs and shit. So it's going to come back for revenge. So now it goes into the clinic and the brothel and it's killing everybody. So like, there's like a little tentacle that comes out the toilet and kills the black woman first.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Wait.
First to go. And then it's killing everybody one by one. and then the last survivor is the mother, which you think he's gonna kill her, but as he's running towards her, as she's lying like on the floor, he shrinks himself and goes back up inside of her. And then she is.
There's more.
Tyrone's face.
And then she's in some sort of like facility, like an asylum almost. And it gets a little assaulty at the very end, but now the baby is protecting her when the assault is happening. So the orderly that's assaulting her then gets murdered by the baby, and that's the end of the movie.
So this was in the revenge section.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I know that looked animated as hell when you was watching that. Ooh.
What's the name of it again?
The Suckling.
The Suckling?
Yes.
You would find a movie named The Suckling.
I thought it was going to go somewhere else with that title, and it did not go where I thought it was going to go. It went everywhere but where I assumed it was going.
I can't believe that about the movie. I've seen that a couple years back. How I forget that shit. When you supposed to say, you said abortion, I'm like, oh. Yeah, that movie was a lot.
Well, thank you, Michael.
That should have been.
Unless there's more.
No, it kind of reminded me of like a low budget Pumpkinhead a little bit.
Oh.
That's what it kind of
reminded. I'm a Cassandra. That might be the winner of this round.
Right. Yay.
I thought Velocipaster was special. Way to go, Michael.
Wow. Okay. That was round one. Great job, everybody, with your round one picks. You know, we in here. We in the spirit of things. So my number two choice, you know, is going to be it was a very hard watch. I'm not even gonna lie, it was a very hard watch. A little ditty called Jurassic Shark 2: The Aqua Apocalypse.
The Aqua Apocalypse.
Yeah, it was kind of like Jaws, but not. There was like this prehistoric shark floating around, and it looked like Windows XP type graphics, you know, and then it looked like someone just put like a plastic film layer of a running crab on top of the screen, and it was like the crab was chasing after the boat and things like that. Like there was they tried with what they had, but they didn't have much. They didn't have much at all. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting time. You know, it is available on Tubi for your viewing pleasure. Once again, Jurassic Shark 2: The Aqua Apocalypse. So, yes. Yeah.
I like that.
The
apocalypse.
If it's not Amityville movies that they run into the ground, is all those shark franchises.
Yes. They actually have a whole section in Tubi of shark shit.
Yeah. And a lot of it is. Wow.
So,
I've never seen Santa Jaws, but I think that's just that's where the shark movies have gone already.
Yeah. It's so poorly shot, Santa Jaws. Ugh.
The poster told me a lot about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just watch something else.
On the list, Santa Jones,
like Shark Dracula.
Now for the next person. What about you, Michael? What are you? What's your number two?
I'll go with Ghoulies 2. Okay. I call the scene Toilet Munch. So Ghoulies are basically demons from what I remember. And they're at a carnival and there's a specific bald-headed one. It's probably like up to your kneecap or something. And this man, he's going to go to the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom, but we see this thing was in the toilet, and so he don't look. He sits down, and we just get a shot of him getting his ass not eaten up in the good way, but eaten up as he's screaming. And that's the end of the scene.
He deserved it. He was an asshole.
He really did. That's it.
I love when the assholes get it. I'm always waiting. I'm like, you right there. Okay.
There.
On the toilet though? Damn.
Yeah.
That's
I don't want to go out that way. You just sitting there minding your business, and all of a sudden you just feel something biting your ass in a whole different way.
If anything comes out of my toilet to attack me, I'm dying. So just know. It was quick.
Videos where snakes are
You're
like
supposed to
in
feel
the
safe on
toilet.
the toilet or under the blankets. Nothing's supposed to come after you on the toilet or under the
Mhm.
No.
That's worse.
I've heard nightmare stories about rats and snakes coming out of toilets in some places, and that's why I have to look before I sit. Because no.
Yeah.
Check for spiders before I sit because I wouldn't want that to sneak up.
That's
That's
why
a phobia. I just
I
unlocked.
squat on public toilets. Like I have to squat.
Of course,
Yeah.
the public toilet, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
If you don't squat on a public toilet, don't talk to me.
If you sit on a public toilet, you're
With
asking
toilet
to be
paper, I'm not squatting. I put toilet paper on that thing and do what I gotta do.
You might
I'm
miss,
not-
and if you make contact, it's a Tubi movie. If you make contact, it's a Tubi movie. You cannot touch a public toilet.
You know how many layers of moisture is on a public toilet sometimes?
Yo,
you
don't
know?
tell me.
No.
But
I don't want to know that.
You don't want to be in toilet pastor.
Yeah. You
You
s-
the toilet paper. It's absorbed all the nastiness, and then you set right up top of it.
Listen, you can't absorb grease with tissue paper. you
No,
know?
but that's
You
what I'm
can't.
saying. It absorbs it, but not
Grease on it in the
it absorbs it, and then you sit on it.
Yeah, and it gets it right to you directly.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. You know, like when you go to a
my
public
God.
bathroom and they have those bullshit toilet cover seats. Like, who the fuck uses that?
You use that, and then you use the real tissue on top of it.
Hell
You got
no.
so it's 2-ply on the toilet seat.
I'm gonna need more than 2-ply because I've seen the public bathrooms.
Not
Yeah.
2-ply.
I'm gonna need like some 7-ply.
Yeah.
Squatting. I'm sorry.
Let's give me the phone book. I'm gonna.
Yeah, give me. I'll be comfortable with the phone book. I'll sit on the phone book.
Yeah,
Yeah, that might work.
that might just be thick enough. Just maybe.
What about you, Sharai? What's your second pick?
My second thing is Black Sheep. It's.
What's on there?
I can't say it's not a good time, but it is also a wild ass time because, like, this dude goes back home to the sheep farm in New Zealand, as one does. And him and his sibling are like up against like some animal rights activists and some people looking for people. And these genetically altered sheep are turning people into zombies when they bite them. And so it's a lot of shit happening. It's a lot of, because it's supposed to be for a comedy, so they're doing very obscene things to the sheep. The sheep are doing very weird, obscene things to them. However, the moment I want to highlight specifically is when the sheep bites a man's dick off.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, that's the most out of pocket part of the out of pocket movie because I was like, there's so much out of pocket. What do I choose? And that sheep was like, I got you. And that's why it's on my list right now.
Hey.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do the sheep actually talk and said, "Bye, I got you"?
So what happens is when the sheep bite some of the people, they transform. And so the sheep are like, bah, but they're human-like for a moment. And they're like, bah. Imagine watching people turn into sheep because you're like, oh no, I got bit. Oh no, I got hooves. Oh no, I'm woolly. And then you join the other sheep that are here running amok and biting people and fighting people. But
Terrible.
also you have to ask yourself, why was this man's dick so close to the sheep? And that's the part why he got bit.
I definitely watched that because I don't remember I from the movie. I just remember it was crazy as fuck. Now I gotta rewatch it.
I watched it because I put together that penis mutilation list, and I'm like, what does black sheep have to do on this list? And I opened it and I was like,
yeah. I gotta revisit that shit.
Wow.
yes. So when you think it can't get more out of pocket, it does.
Available for your viewing pleasure on Tubi. The funny thing is, I remember when that trailer first came out on YouTube. It was like, hella long ago, and I was like, this shit looks silly as hell. But then I watched it, and I'm like, oh, this ain't that bad. But then I saw that scene, the mutilation scene, and I was like, holy shit.
They make it last a minute. They are like, I know what the people want to see.
This is what they came to see.
Right? They're like, we might get an award for this moment only.
Yes. So what about you, Bobby? What's your number 2?
So I probably already mentioned it. I don't remember if I mentioned this one on our last episode, but I'm going to mention it again because it's so out there that so Puppet Master The Littlest Reich. I'm not too sure if you guys seen that one. So there's a particular scene, because Puppet Masters are already out of pocket with their kills and the way they look and all that. So in this movie, it takes place in I think a hotel, and all these puppets are just going to different rooms, fucking everybody up. Meanwhile, it's this poor pregnant woman just chilling in her bed, eating her food, just relaxing, and a puppet jumps out of a box, scurry his way onto the bed, goes up her hoo-ha, and it makes its way.
No.
It makes its way to her stomach and literally rips out her stomach. It is carrying her unborn baby, and he's holding it up and he's walking away with it like.
So we got a theme tonight. Then we got a theme.
Tonight. Watching that movie, that was yes, it's wild, and it's a shame because she was just minding her business, y'all, and she did nothing wrong. That baby did nothing wrong, but yes, check it out.
So I'm scared to ask what happened to the baby that he's parading.
We don't know.
Simba. Oh my god.
The baby was still the baby wasn't crying.
How pregnant was she?
What? How do you cry for that? You traumatized. You're shocked.
Well, she's dead. She's definitely dead. And I'm sure the baby's dead. The umbilical cord is dragging as the puppet is just moving.
No, not the umbilical cord. I have so many questions.
If you don't want to watch the whole movie, I still suggest you should, because it's a crazy ass bloody movie. But just Google the scene on YouTube. It's there.
Nice.
Okay. Available for your viewing pleasure on
only on Tubi.
Yeah, only on Tubi. What about you, Curly Girl? What's your number 2?
So my list is in no particular order neither, but we gotta go to Asia. We're gonna be going to Asia a lot on my list because I'm out of pocket over there. So we're talking about this Japanese horror comedy called Dead Sushi. Sushi, raw fish, it like genetically modified. It comes to life and it like flies around and bites people because it has teeth.
No. Why sushi with teeth? Interesting.
What kind is it? Was it like a what kind of roll was it? Was it like
it was different rolls? It was all kinds of different rolls. But they have a good sushi roll in there that helps people, and that's the roll that nobody wants to eat. The egg sushi. Nobody wants to eat it.
I thought you were going to say the egg roll.
I thought it was gonna be the Philadelphia roll because but no, it was okay.
No, it was the egg. Yeah, nobody wants to eat the egg, so it's out there helping people. And one of the scenes that stands out is not really horror related, but there's a sushi sex scene in there. 2 pieces of sushi getting it on.
Was it sushi or sashimi? Because the sashimi is like on the rice.
The rice. So they're sitting on the rice on top. They was getting it on.
That makes more sense in the roles. Okay, I can follow this.
I'm sorry. I don't follow. I need to know insertion site, like positions, like please.
Did they use sauce or were they just like going at it? Like
I don't think there was any sauce. I think they was going dry and raw.
Did they finish? Like
Yeah.
how does that work? How do you know?
I
They
mean,
squirt out cream cheese, like what happened?
I love cream cheese.
I'm pretty sure that right after we got it on, a lot of little baby sushis flied out of there as well.
Baby sushi, like caviar, or like
No, was it Kevin? I don't remember.
little fish eggs, or like actual sushi roll.
Flying out of there. Okay, I remember something flying out. I forgot what it was. It was there. I've seen it.
Was
It's
it
an
identical?
efficient way to run a sushi buffet. I will say that.
Yeah.
True. Were they identical to the sushi? The
Never run
sushi
out.
parents? Did they look like the sushis that were banging?
I think they did. I'm trying to remember. I think they did. Yeah. But I do remember very vividly when the sushi was getting it on, and that one sushi on top, it was giving it to her.
Did the sushi moan? Do they moan?
Yes, it was making sounds, yes.
No.
Where was the wasabi when this was going down?
I just remember them being like this, to be honest with you. I don't remember what was
Did the sushi use protection or did they do it raw?
Some nice ginger, you know?
Yeah.
A ginger wrap.
An extra layer of seaweed. Just, I don't know. Was it brown rice? I hear brown rice.
It was white rice. It was.
Yeah, that's fair. Again, if you're gonna do a buffet, yeah.
But the thing is, if you eat one of those infected sushi, you become some type of a like human sushi, like zombie or some shit.
Oh, it's long.
Yeah. You have like rice coming out of your mouth and shit, the way Joel would. Like, yeah.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that, Curly Girl. That's available on on Tubi for your viewing pleasure right now. What about you, Bianca? What's your number 2?
Yeah, no, I'm keeping it light tonight. So light, baby. So my next one is Dead Tone 2007. So it's basically about a group of, I think they're college students or high school, somewhere over there. And basically they started making prank phone calls that went very wrong. So there's this one scene in the beginning, and there's one scene in the beginning, like they're all at a party and dancing and everything. And there's this girl, I presume she's Mexican, if I'm not mistaken, talking to this black man. And they're like flirting or whatever. I think he gave her some like drugs or something. And he was asking about forms of payment. And she's like, I'll do whatever. And then the part that was out of pocket to me was when he said to her, "Why are you always flirting with me? Your parents would flip if they knew you had a Negro." And she goes, "My parents love," and she's about to say the N word. And then he just like stopped her. And I was just like, and it was one of those like 2007, like think of that era, how the dialogue in that era was like, always crazy, and yeah. So that's my second one. keeping it light.
That is not light. That is not light. I don't know what to do with my face. It just went on a journey. I'm just gonna look over here at my keyboard for a minute.
Yep. And not even gonna lie, actually, after that scene, I think I may have watched for maybe 5 more minutes and I turned it off. Like I don't even know what happened in the rest of the movie. But I just knew that scene. I was like, oh, this is it. And then I turned it off. So I don't even know what happened the rest of the movie. Couldn't tell you. But this was about maybe like 15 minutes in, if that. And oh, sorry, I wrote it down. It was 11 minutes in. So yeah, I couldn't really tell you about the rest of the movie, but I can tell you, yeah, at 11 minutes what happened.
Well, we respect those 11 minutes.
Yes.
The venture that you took. The venture that you took.
P, hold it down. Thank you.
Yes. Now what about you, GothCakez?
So if you've seen any of the stepmother movies, that trilogy is going to go as my number 2 because where is it headed is what I want to know. Because I don't feel like 3 said anything that they said in 1. I don't feel like any of this correlates. How did we get to a mob boss? How did we get here? Where did this man come? Like, what? Erica Mena, her skills, her like split personality thing that she be doing, be wild. It was really wild in the third one. That one was really hard to get through, but I did it. It's just the fact that Marcus Houston just keeps getting greenlit for these. I know there's going to be a 4th one. I know there is. Before this year is over, we're going to get a 4th one because we got a 3rd one before this year was over when we got a 2nd one.
Christos needs to be stopped. He needs to stop making movies, please.
I saw half of one once, and I would like him to stop.
I'm just letting y'all know this was for. I thought she said stepfather, like the white man with the 2 Ks.
Yes. I've seen those movies and the remake.
Yeah. A wild time. But the stepmother trilogy on Tubi?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
it's like Erica Mena's character had some traumatic stuff happen to her, and then she gets remarried to a new man who's like, the man in like his son. She's trying to be, the new mom, but she's so traumatized, she goes crazy and she just tries to kill them. In every single movie. And the police are always on her ass, yet they never catch her. They know exactly where she is, exactly what she's doing, exactly who she's married to, yet they have yet to catch her. Well, except for, just watch them. You're just gonna,
it sounds like Swarm. They have yet to catch her.
Oh my God.
Like, how do y'all know her whereabouts, her new names, and all this stuff, but you have yet to catch her? What are y'all doing?
Playing, obviously.
Extremely. It's a ride. The acting is what is the most out-of-pocket part of that entire movie, like the acting.
I love the acting in those kind of movies. That is all over the top and shit.
Who else is in the movie?
Erica Mena is in them. Marcus Houston, who also plays a character in that. And then there's like a bunch of, in the second one, I forget what his name is, but he was the best friend of Amanda Bynes in that show, What I Like About You. He was in the second one. Yeah, like there's like people who you know, and then there's like a bunch of younger actors that you don't know. Men look like they sons, is they brothers. We're gonna, the casting is a little bit all over the place.
Wondering how to be getting those like semi-famous people though.
Yeah. They like there's a couple faces that you're gonna notice in that one. Marcus Houston being one of them, and he's in all 3 of the movies. I think he was the executive producer or something like that. So like these are his. This is.
He loves a Chris Stokes movie.
Finish it. I remember watching some movie with Marcus Houston in it. I think I watched it and I didn't finish.
Was it the one where they all go to like the cabin and then they find out? Yeah, that's the one I had to watch for Bloody Massacre.
The one in the cabin.
Can somebody help me?
Somebody help me?
Yes. Yeah. And I was like, I wish somebody would help me. And that's the only Chris Stokes movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, that one was horrible. And
I watched them both.
There's a sequel.
No. Mr. Houston is Tubi. I'm with Kay. He is Tubi.
Absolutely. I watched those 2 too. Like movies with him in it, it's just like.
Listen, I have the fucking Somebody Help Me on DVD. Somebody help me. I bought that shit when it first came out.
Support. We love to see the support. Support her.
They used to run that joint on BET so much. Like they used to stay playing that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, but
But
that's Stepmother. Watch all three of them, and watch all three of them in a row. I'll do a whole day. Just watch them all.
yes,
Wow.
available now on Tubi. For your viewing pleasure. The Stepmother trilogy. Marcus Houston, Christos production.
How the mighty have fallen.
Now, thank y'all for round 2. We're gonna get into round 3, and I think I'm gonna pull out a little something that is not a Tubi exclusive, but is available for Tubi right now. A lot of people were mentioning this film. I've seen some people in the horror community with actual merchandise for this film. They said it was on par with the shit I like, and then I saw it and I'm like, it started off as I'm like, oh shit, this is the shit I like. But then about halfway through, I was like, oh no, this ain't the shit I like at all. This is some heavy shit. And this is a little ditty, a little jazz number called Martyrs.
Oh, wait,
I've not seen that yet.
The French remake.
The original one, the French one.
There you go. If you said a remake, I would have pulled out my knife on you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
Listen.
said
Listen, the original, oh my God, French horror, extremism. It starts off pretty good. I mean, it's not a bad movie. It's just I can't watch it again.
No,
I
it's
feel
just
like
it's fucked.
Yeah.
Not a French extreme girl is what I've realized after the 2.5 I tried. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you've seen, it kind of reminds me of like something like the Poughkeepsie tapes, of that in that level of like torture, but kind of worse because it's against women, and it's like like I can tell you're trying to tell me a message here, but
I mean, the hypocrisy in the movie is out of pocket. Because the reason you're doing that, so that I will spoil or whatever, is because you want to find out if there is life after death if you torture somebody to the brink of seeing it. Why don't you torture each other? Why are you kidnapping people and torturing them? Torture each other.
Yeah. It was a time. It happened. It's a movie. If you dare, Martyrs on Tubi. If you dare venture.
It's a really good movie though, like the acting and everything.
No, it is. It's a great movie as far as acting, and I did enjoy the characters. I was I kind of wish they didn't go where they went like the last half of the movie, because it kind of like fucked it up for me. Because the first half I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get this on Blu-ray. I'm gonna hunt this shit down right now. Then the second half I'm like, oh no, I need to sit down in a room and think thoughts.
I still want to know what the fuck she whispered in her ear. Like, I'll never stop haunting me.
Yes. So that was that was my number 3. What about you, Bobby? What's your number 3, man?
So I was gonna go with the Stepmother trilogy, but got y'all, I like trash. I watch a lot of crazy shit on BET Plus. Don't judge me. It's for entertainment. It's funny as hell, and it's right up my alley. So I had to do a quick, find. And this is not to be original, but the Sleepaway Camp trilogy. All 3 of the movies are out of pocket. All of them. The third one in particular, it was more of a racist.
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about. It's on my list.
It is. Okay. Yes.
That one.
The one white girl in there coming for the black ball, and the way, and she said it like a couple times, the N-word, and I'm like, how they're getting away with this? But Angela fucked her up. She got her real good. But yes, I suggest watching all the Sleepaway Camp movies. They're real campy. They're fun. That third one's questionable, but the second one is all that. Somebody gets stuffed inside a porta potty with a stick with leeches and shit. We love that.
Yes.
But yes, y'all, watch the Sleepaway Camp trilogy. That's all I have.
Yes. Right now available on Tubi. Also, I recently bought the Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 combination on Sloppy Seconds Sales.com.
I forgot all about that time.
SloppySecondSales.com. Yeah, cut the check. Yeah. GothCakez, what about your number 3?
Killer Sofa. Who's
Yes.
Out of pocket. Yes. Go on.
It's really weird. It's been a minute since I watched it, so I had to Wikipedia it real quick. But it's a rabbi who is like kicked out of the community, and then he gets like voodooed into this chair, and this woman buys the chair, and the chair is like in love with her, and he's like real jealous, and he just be killing people.
Yeah.
You get close to her.
What fucked me up the most is it's called Killer Sofa, but it's a recliner chair.
Sofa.
Yeah.
And I'm like, say it's a killer recliner. Say that. Don't false advertise.
Why
Yeah.
they did that shit though? They know it's not no damn sofa. I was
Right.
watching that movie the whole time being mad as hell. I'm like, that ain't no damn sofa.
I was waiting for the matching sofa to show up. I was like, oh, they're gonna gang up on them. And it was just the chair doing the most. And I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
False advertisement, because I wanted my killer sofa to get comfortable and shit. Remember the first question today of door there or whatever, not door there. Would you rather that he asked us? You know, the sofa. That's what I was thinking of. And there's a fucking chair.
Does that movie make you guys rethink your decision of earlier in choosing the sofa over the toilet?
Absolutely not. Still.
I would stay on the sofa or the recliner. It doesn't even matter.
For me, if that recliner
Lazy.
It's when the recliner hit the streets. That's when I was like, what have we done?
What is going on?
Yeah, the recliner's like, I'm gonna take this foot down. Ooh.
All the tools that the recliner does, you're just like nobody's paying attention. The situation.
That movie was just off, all the way off. With a premise like that, I think it ended very anticlimactic too.
Yeah. Weird as hell.
Yeah, why you all did us like that at the end?
Similar to Slacks. I think it was on the same vibe as Slacks, you know.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Oh yeah. It was definitely
Killer Sofa recliner.
fun, trashy movies, you know.
Absolutely.
Available on Tubi right now, streaming for free with commercials. Sharai, what's your number 3?
So it was Wes Craven's birthday this week, and we know that when Uncle Wes was becoming Uncle Wes and putting up the Abe Snake hat, he started making made-for-TV horror movies. And I was like, I'm gonna watch some for his birthday because I've not seen any. And I put on Stranger in Our House or Summer of Fear, depending on where you find her. The bitch got Linda Blair with the poodle hair in the 80s because that's what they were doing back in the 80s. And her cousin moves in with them because the cousin's parents died in a mysterious accident. So the girl moves in and they're trying to like get along, but the girl's going after her boyfriend, after her father. Nobody believes Linda Blair's character. That's what I said, GothCakez. That's what I said. I'm like, isn't that your uncle? That's dirty.
That's nasty.
Right. And so like Linda Blair's character is like, what the fuck? And people are like, you're just jealous. Why can't you get along with your cousin? And she's like, because she's taking over my life and she's doing all this stuff. This weird stuff happened when she showed up. I don't trust her. I don't believe in her. And this goes on and on. The movie's fucking wild. There's a car chase at the end. But my most out-of-pocket moment that I'm bringing to this space is when like she finally confronts her after she's like killed so many people and hurt so many people because it was a made TV movie. And she's like, "You're not my cousin." And she's like, "You're right. I'm the gal that cleaned up for your auntie and your uncle, and I took your cousin's body, and I'm gonna take your body too, bitch. And that's when they really get into it.
All right.
So I'm like, so we also have some classism because when the girl shows up, they're like, she talks funny. And they're like, well, she's from that other part of the town, you know, like the backwoods. Turns out she was the cleaning lady in her cousin's body. She called her a gal to her face. I was like, I'm the cleaning gal. And let me tell you one thing, Missy. And I was like, oh, Uncle Wes, you hurt me. You hurt me, Uncle Wes.
Oh, God.
But yeah, it's based on the Lois Duncan book. And she wrote I Said You Did Last Summer, which Kevin Williamson adopted. So you know she's a wild girl.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how did she get in her cousin?
Witchcraft. She was a witch. Linda Blair's character was right. The bitch was a witch.
Okay.
She leaped into the cousin's body because the cousin was away at college and making friends and singing. And then she was like, I don't want to be a clean lady no more. So she took over her body, killed her parents, and then moved in with this family and started doing all of the witchcrafts on them. So they would all be like, we don't notice anything's wrong.
Oh, wow.
Linda Blair's mother and her have a moment because the mother is the one who lost the sibling. I don't know which parent that died was the mother's sibling. But Linda Blair's like, I heard witches don't reflect light. So if you take a camera with her with your fancy camera, we can see. And the mom just want to develop the film. And she's like, please develop it and prove me right. And she's like, stop. I don't want to hear any more of this. She backhands this bitch. But she's like, that is my sister's daughter. And it turns out it's not her sister's daughter.
Wow.
Why do parents ever want to believe you? Just believe me.
The whole movie out of pocket. I think it's like an hour and 30 because the commercial is maybe an hour and 40 because again, Mave TV 80s movie. Uncle Wes has so many Mave TV movies, but that's the one I chose. And so, yeah.
But I feel like it's giving us theater and drama, you know, from your description.
Linda with the poodle hair alone was just because it's like, and she's trying to act under it, and I'm just thinking Hollywood Shuffle, but like for white people. And I could not look away. I was mesmerized.
Yes. Available now on Tubi for your viewing pleasure.
I can't.
What about you, Bianca?
So I'm gonna actually piggyback off of Bobby, and I'm gonna do a sleepaway camp number 3 as well because it was on my list. I mean, so I have the actual quote. So because I had to literally write it down because I was so appalled. Jesus. All right, so. So it's the scene where they're all sitting in the middle of the woods. And so basically it's 2 camp counselors, the 2 girls, one of them being Cindy. Who is it? Cindy, Lily, Angela? I don't know. One of these 2, right? And then we have Riff, right? So Lily asked Riff, wait, sorry, hold on. Where is it? Okay. So yeah, so she asked, what I want to know is why do we have to keep listening to these stupid rap tapes, right? That's what one of the campers said, the girl.
She's white.
I think it's Cindy. Yeah. Yeah. So Riff says it's better than that country shit. And then she replies back, but I rather listen to that than a bunch of darkies who can't sing. So then Riff calls her bitch, and then one of the camp counselors come up basically and says like, you know, like Riff, like stop. And then the girl calls Riff the N-word. So Riff gets up, pushes her down, and then the camp counselor came back again, was like, Riff, stop before I call the sheriff.
The sheriff?
Yep.
We're at camp.
I mean, sorry, the officer. But still, like you're gonna Riff, stop before I have to call the officer. I said.
Meanwhile, she's talking about darkies and using the N-word.
Hello.
Wow.
Hello. Like
I never finished that movie for reasons.
Yeah. So that is my
Angela, drown her.
Yes.
When are you killing her, Angela? Because I want to be there.
Yes.
Did she like tie her up on like a pole?
The pole.
Yeah, and then she just dropped her.
Well, it's a cold world. And I also will say the beginning of the movie.
That felt very satisfying.
You said what?
I said on the bright side, at least her death felt very satisfying.
Oh, yes, so satisfying. I was like, yes, come through. And also, I did like in the beginning when Angela killed that news reporter that had asked for cocaine, and instead of cocaine is actually Ajax. That was pretty awesome.
No, that was a funny scene. That's what she
Yeah,
got.
that was really good. And yeah, that's that.
Yes, available now on Tubi, you know, and also sloppysecondSales.com if you want to
Sloppy second
invest.
movie.
What about you, Michael? What's your number 3?
I'm gonna go with the remake or reboot. I'm not sure what it is. Cabin Fever. Oh, there's a friend group. They go to a cabin. Da 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 da. A man shows up. They set him on fire, but a flesh-eating bacteria is now being spread around. So the first time they see this couple, they're about to start fucking, and the guy's like rubbing on her thigh, and then he pulls his hand out, and there's blood and hair on it and shit. He sees like there's like it's eating the flesh of her thigh. So they isolate her in like a little barn or some shit outside. It's in the middle of the woods. I don't know what that's for. But then her dude and the other girl who's a friend, they decide, there's a lot going on right now. People getting a disease, but they just makes me want to grab whoever I'm next to and just fuck the shit out of them, basically. So they start having sex, even though they know there's a flesh-eating bacteria running rampant around them. And of course, she goes to bathe, and then she sees, like, on her back, it's like the beginning stages of her about to be fucked up, too. And I believe she gets eaten by a dog at some point in the movie.
Good. You and him both go.
Mhm.
My friend. You know my friend.
Yeah, that movie was insane. Like, that was the one Eli Roth. Well, he did both of them. That's his movie, right? Yeah. I don't like him, but that movie was very effective for me, especially that scene, because
Yeah, I haven't seen the remake, but I gotta check it out.
it's literally the same movie.
And isn't it like frame by frame?
Literally the same movie. Yeah,
Oh,
just different actors. There's no point.
I think he
remember
claimed
because I know
they remade
in
the
the
better
original-
special effects. So that's why they remake, because of the better special effects. But it's the same movie.
Did they? I don't remember. Did he use mouthwash after sleeping with her though in the remake? Because I remember in the original that's what he did. After he had sex, so he just put like mouthwash on his dick.
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Damn. Well, thank you, Michael, for that one. Available for Tubi for your viewing pleasure, people. Now, what about you, Curly? What's your number 3?
Ooh, we gotta go to Japan again. Because like I said, we're gonna be going to Japan a lot. So one of my favorite Japanese horror movies is on Tubi right now. It's called Tokyo Gore Police. It's
Okay.
a police woman that fights. I forgot, to be honest. I've seen it years ago, but it has something to do with a police woman that fights like all these creatures that are like mutated, weird abominations. And I'm gonna just show you one of those. Yeah. Wait. Fuck. My phone won't focus. Can you all see that shit?
Is that a leg? Oh, wait.
Whoa.
Is that an
Girl,
alligator
right?
bottom?
The bottom half of her body is a
Was it alligator?
style alligator. I don't know.
That's why I chose bear.
Right? Imagine that shit chasing you in the target.
That's why you chose bear.
Yeah. They don't do all that.
Yeah, so yeah, that movie had a lot of that kind of shit going on. It's a lot.
And that was what again? Tokyo what? Because I need to see that.
Tokyo Gore Police.
I wonder what else they got on there.
Because I'm like, the Japanese, their minds are so crazy. You guys, your imagination is wild. I need to see what that looks like on the screen.
Japanese imagination is all warped. It's crazy.
Damn.
It sounds like Piranha Woman could be in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Crossover. Let's get it.
I just looked it up. The timestamp for Piranha Nipples is at 27 minutes.
The crocodile. Let's go. The bottom of the jaws.
I feel like piranha nipples and alligator leg is a double feature waiting to happen.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. Agreed.
Vigilantes taking out people who do bad stuff.
Jesus. All right. So we've officially made it to round 4. You know, part 4 of our list. I'm gonna go with let me see. I'm gonna go with a little ditty which was also hard to watch, called Santa Claus. Claus, CLAWS. Santa Claus.
Bear or alligator?
Human. Yeah. Now, this motherfucker, he was a little kid and he was playing with his toys. He walks in the room and his mom is naked with this guy, just some guy. And he's like, he walks in, he's like, "What are you doing with my mom?" And the guy's like, "Don't worry, buddy. I love your mom just as much as your dad did. I love her even more, in fact." So,
Naked man, why are you?
Yeah. Yikes.
So,
Yikes.
so he, the kid loses it. He ends up grabbing like this claw type rake, and he just ends up hitting them both with this rake. So this kid kills both his mom and and her lover, you know, in the bed. And he pretty much grows up still wanting that family that was taken from him, you know, but he ends up finding women that look like his mom, which just so happened to be like go-go dancer types or whatever. And and so he just goes through the movie just mauling people with this rake because he still has the same rake or whatever. And it's like the budget, I don't know what their budget was. I guess there was something, but the rake, it just looked like it was like a plastic rake, and then they put red food coloring at the end, so whenever they would hit somebody, it would just look like red food coloring, you know. So
Love that. We love that.
yeah. It was very interesting. Choices were made when I decided to watch that one. But yeah, that was my number 4, Santa Claus. You know, so what was your number 4, Curly?
Oh my God. So let's go to Japan again. Yay. The whole list should have been Japan.
Yes.
All right. But this is more like, I'm sure you all know this one, but we're going to go with Ichi the Killer. It's based, I think, on a manga or something, and it has a lot of out-of-pocket moments. But it's out-of-pocket right from the title, from the beginning, from the opening credits, because the opening credits, the title of the movie is spelled with G's.
G's.
Yes, like it's like that. And also, it's out-of-pocket because, I don't know, it's false advertisement. The fucking guy that they have on the poster for that movie is not Ichi the Killer. And I want my money back because I'm going in, I thinking that this blonde motherfucker or whatever, the fuck, it's not showing, is Ichi the Killer. And it's some like geeky perv dude that be, fuck, man, yo, fooled me. Anyway, the main character of that movie, though, he had a thing for people like stabbing him with needles, hurting him. I think he's into S&M or whatever. There's a scene
play.
There's a scene where they like, I think they like torture him as punishment or something, but he likes it. I think low-key because he's into it. It's a lot.
Not that bad.
I remember somebody's nipples getting sliced off. Yeah, it's a lot.
We got a theme tonight.
Yeah.
Lots of nipple.
Lots of nipple play tonight.
Can't go wrong with nipples.
Unless it's these out-of-pocket movies, in which case you can't.
Yes. Thank you for that, Curly Girl. Thank you for that. Available on Tubi right now, streaming. Everybody. What about you, Michael? What's next?
Let's see. Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys.
Yes.
So, which granted is Puppet Master Toys versus Demonic Toys, but there's a scene where this lady brings in a woman to the Demonic Toys, and there's like a baby one who's always talking shit, and he's like, "What took you so long? Because it's about time you brought me somebody here for us to eat." And so he jumps up on this lady's chest and starts nibbling on her chest. Then they cut the scene. They drain her of her blood. But there's a line here later in the movie that I thought was very interesting. This man pulls up. He's talking to this woman, and he says, "You're so hot, you make me want to cut my dick off and rub it on your titty." And I thought that was a very interesting...
Clinically, I have concerns.
I literally...
Would that work on you guys, first of all, is my first question.
No.
Like,
No. No.
Man down.
Like, I'm questioning, like, are the writers okay?
No.
Like,
I thought I heard everything, and then I heard that.
Jeez.
They might be okay. Maybe they just got something.
Wow.
Mm-mm. They're on that crank.
Yeah. They're on that K2 crank.
Well, thank you, Michael, for that number 4. We got Jody. Thank you for stopping by. We got Ivory in the building. Thank you for
Hey, everybody.
Terrell, what's up? Thank you for stopping by. You know, yeah, Demonic Toys is wild. It's one of them cult classics. You know, it's definitely one of them cult classics. What about you, Bianca? What's your number 4?
Yeah, so my number 4, I actually just watched it today for the first time. It's called Bury the Bride.
Oh,
right. That's interesting. So a quick overview is basically this one girl, she is celebrating her bachelorette. So her and a group of friends, they go out to celebrate in a cabin, which is not what they thought they were getting. And her fiance, along with his group of friends, basically crashes their bachelorette party. And, they're not what you seem or what you think they are. Basically human. They're not. So I'll just put it like that. So, usually in a group of friends, there's always that one friend sometimes that just, she's a little faster than others. And despite how rude or whatever the guys are to her, it's still just like, well, I want to hang with the guys. Cool. Yeah. So there's a part of it. Well, first of all, in the beginning of the movie, the first scene, one of the friends, she's using the bathroom. Like, they stopped in the middle of the road or on the side of the road, and she uses the bathroom behind a bush. And, just clinically, I'm just saying she didn't wash her hands. I didn't see her wipe nothing. And she's over here, like, afterwards, like, okay, guys, ready to get back in the car. She's touching her friend's face. And it was a lot. And I'm just like, the nurse practitioner in me, gross. So then, I know, it's just, she was having a grand old time. Gross. So then about 27 minutes into the movie, this is after the guys crashed their bachelorette party celebration. Like I said, they're complete assholes, like super, 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 your typical or stereotypical, I should say, redneck group of guys, basically. And one of them makes a joke about one of the friends, the female friends, is like, what he say? He said something to her. And then he was like, you 4 eyes, you dumb bitch. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So you're going to let your fiance's friend talk to one of your best friends like that. Cool. Mm-hmm. So then the other friend, the fast one, her name is Carmen. So Carmen's fast ass, she's still flirting and sitting there and everything and whatever. And she's like, I want to hang with the guys. You guys want to sleep. I want to keep drinking. And then the guys were like, yeah, you see, she knows how to have fun. And she goes, well, of course, I bought Magnums with me. And I'm just like, oh man, girl, you just keep going. And I remember one of the guys too, I forgot which point of the conversation, but he referred back to the other friend with the glasses and was like, I know it was OD when they're talking something about killing like mountain lions and whatever. And she was like, oh my goodness, like, you're gonna kill them? And he's like, don't tell me you're one of those pescatarians. And she was, no, vegans. And she was like, actually, I'm a pescatarian. And then he goes, well, regardless, you don't take meat, so I know you take pussy. I'm just like, Jesus. Like, it's
fact. That is fact.
It's just so, yeah. Yep. And the girl is just sitting there like, yep, that's my fiance and his friends. I'm just like, so we're okay with this.
That whole movie was out of pocket, but Carmen hopping in the truck with them in the middle of the night to go find mountain lions. And you can tell she knows something's wrong, but she's like, I gotta shake my ass anyway.
Yes.
So she make them pull over. And she's like, and she shakes no ass. This girl has no ass. She's just like, ugh, and her shorts are working overtime. And I'm just like, what is happening? And
she had no ass.
And they're all like, give me your number, like my phone number in it. And she was like, here's my phone. And I'm like, bitch.
She just, it's just it's one of those movies where you're like, what the F? And then one of the friends get killed. And, the guys, like, they come back, obviously, without the friend that they killed. And it's like, oh, like, where is she? What's her name? Carmen. Like, where's Carmen and everything? They're like, oh, she's okay. She's okay. She's just drunk. And I'm like, so they came in the house without your friend Carmen, who you knew, like, oh, man, I was stressed.
And Glasses was like, no, we gonna find her. We're gonna get her right now. And she gets in the truck by herself with one of them. And I'm like,
I'm gonna go find her. And she gets in the same damn truck with the same guys that took Carmen, which is also your friend's fiance's gaggle of friends. It was very upsetting. Like, I was just screaming at the screen a lot. But yeah, that's Terrell. I like Carmen. Carmen had nothing but a long back. She kills me. Like,
she was shaking that back muscle though, like she was doing something. Like, there was nothing to clap, there was nothing to jiggle, but she was like, "Oh, I'm enthusiastic."
Long back clap.
Look at my thighs. Look at my thighs. And I was like,
where there's a will, there's a way.
Clap.
Okay, where there's a will, there's a way. So.
All she had was a way. All she had was a way.
It was literally the long back flap.
Like, I put my glasses on because I was like, is it me? Did I miss something?
I was confused. And it literally was like, that scene was very dramatic. It was literally like a 2-minute music video. Like, just her dancing. It was a whole episode. And it's just like, is this really happening right now?
And they were sitting around like, she's dinner. You know this, right? And I was like,
yeah, absolutely. It's fine for her. But that was okay. She had her long back dance. So yep, that's my
beautiful backs, beautiful dresses.
Yeah, thanks.
Keep it light tonight. Keep it light.
Thank you. Available on Tubi, for your viewing pleasure. The back slack. The back.
If backs could clap, she would have been doing something.
If backs can clap, I love that.
What about you, Bobby? What would be your number 4?
I'm not. So I have the Hatchet movie. All those movies are just out of pocket. It's hard to pick what ones in particular. The deaths are insane in there. One of them being Tony Todd, Candyman himself, getting chopped in half and then pulled from underneath his skin,
Oh yes.
from his spine, and you just literally see how his muscles and stuff, but his skin is just laying there. It's a very bizarre kill, but really like creative, and I fucking love it.
That's
really out of
one
pocket.
of my favorite kills. That's one of the best kills ever.
Yes. Victor Crowley.
Yes.
You don't want to fuck with him. Another one, obviously, on the actual movie Victor Crowley, also known as Hatchet 4, Felissa Rose kill. If you guys know, with the cell phone going up the hoo-ha again, there's a theme with that as well. Coming out the mouth with the phone. Clinically, that can't happen, Bianca.
We already know. I'm just like, I'm about to start with the question.
But how you get your whole arm ripped off and then shoved up and then it's coming out your mouth? Like, that's really insane.
But we saw something similar in Machete, so I feel like they're trying to tell us something. Maybe one day.
You're right.
But I'm gonna mute myself. Too many questions.
Well, thank you for that one, Bobby.
No, of course.
Yeah. Well, what was the question, Bianca? What was the question?
I mean, I'm sorry. Can you run that whole scene back?
So Felissa Rose, she's like a PR person or whatever to one of the characters. She's always on her phone. She's literally always on her phone, making calls or whatever. They're in the plane crashes, so she gets out the plane. Victor Crowley's chasing after her, but she's like, with her phone, because she's attached to it. So he finally catches up to her, rips her arm off with her phone attached just like this, and he shoves it up her hoo-ha, and it comes out her mouth at the same, just like this, but through her mouth.
I'm pretty sure that's a totally different pipe. It shouldn't travel from there to there.
Like, what pathway did it take? Like, there's no path. Like, what pathway did we go?
Straight up, baby. Straight up.
Whatever it takes.
I know I can make it through.
Like the grassy went there.
So okay, so when it went up her, so when it came out, was she screaming? Was she alive? What
she was screaming. She was dead afterwards. She was screaming until it went through midway, and then
I would assume I would stop you from talking.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. I love the hatchet. Oh my god, he just be killing people any type of way.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes.
That was a very thorough answer to my question. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bobby.
Of course.
Isn't Victor Crowley half black, so he represents it?
Listen, yep, he is.
He is black. Yeah. I keep forgetting that. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Taymon says peace and love, horror folks. Thank you for stopping by, Taymon. We had to bring Degrassi into it, Germs, a little Degrassi into it.
How did Degrassi got brought into?
Because like Degrassi, these movies go there, and
They
it's not
go
like. I think it's a lovely overlap.
I mean, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I was rewatching Degrassi on Tubi.
Absolutely, I love it. We could talk if we could have a meeting of the minds about the most wild episodes of Degrassi.
I mean, it's out of pocket for sure.
We gotta tag Cat from Girl That's Scary for that one. And Ash, yeah.
Yes.
Emma.
Emma's out of pocket in Degrassi that they straight up banning certain episodes.
Listen,
wow.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm a child.
Yeah, this is intense.
Right.
Why?
I'm gonna go back to watching Pulp Fiction. I'm not old enough for Degrassi.
They warned you. They said it goes there.
My parents did not listen.
One episode, this person is totally normal. Next episode, they bipolar. That shit was escalating quick.
Craig was a problem, and that's why I don't date band boys because
Toxic.
Listen,
Talk about
Jimmy. Jimmy had a dream, and
he was the worst.
He is now that he's Drake, but before he was Jimmy with the dream.
So mean to Ashley. You were so mean to her. And she stuck around with your ass even after you got shot.
Wait, Ashley was an opportunist. So I don't know. Every time somebody had a bag or something, she was going right to that next person. I wasn't fucking with her.
I don't know. I didn't like Ashley. To me, she seemed like a bitch. Yeah. I didn't like. It was two girls I did not like on Degrassi. It was Ashley and Paige. I couldn't stand them two bitches.
I didn't like Paige until she got traumatized. Like, I gotta stop talking shit about her. She's going through it.
I think they legit traumatized her, so people will sympathize with her because she was a raving bitch. And I was like, I can't stand her. And then that happened. I'm gonna say less, but also I'm not friends with her.
The real villain of Degrassi is Emma. I don't care what nobody say.
Yes.
Worst friend. You're the worst friend ever. You're the worst person around. Emma.
Here's the gag. I stopped watching when JT got stabbed because I was like, nah. And I found out like last year that actor wanted to go to school and asked to be stabbed. And I'm like, there were other ways. Stay in your lane, actors. There were other ways.
That ruined my life.
Sure.
Right?
So dirty. That was horrible how they did JT.
Listen, I was trying, again, I was a child and I was like, oh no, you get stabbed at Canadian parties? And it's because that actor couldn't use his imagination to find another way out. It's like, kill me. I want to go to school. What are you doing now? Not Degrassi, not reunions.
I mean, they could have just done it like he moved or some shit.
He could have transferred schools. He could have dropped out.
It's Degrassi.
He
won't even show me killing you.
He could have had a kid. Work. Like it didn't have to be a knife.
Nice girl that got beat up by her abusive boyfriend that later shut up the school. Remember when she got beat up by the boyfriend? She moved away.
Terry,
yeah. Before he did what he did.
Yeah.
Manny was trash. Yes.
No, Manny was not trash. Don't come for my girl.
No,
Don't come for my
I didn't
girl.
like anybody, but I kept watching.
I love me some Manny Santos.
Yes, come on.
When she was
storyline.
With a thong in her ass, and then like pulled her pants all the way down because she had no butt either.
Yes.
Like, there was so much back in Degrassi. So much back.
So she brought all the boys to the yard, baby.
Yes, she did.
They were like, "Ooh, look at that back," and she was like, "Yeah, I got a good spine." And they were like, "Pull your pants up." I'm like, "What is she supposed to be showing?"
Spine out there. Who else had a better spine than Manny?
Listen, sorry, Manny, my favorite character. You'll lay off my girl.
That's bad. Manny Santos. Oh,
Manny Santos.
I wanted to fight everybody, but I kept watching until they stabbed JT. Then I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I've been traumatized enough.
Manny dirty too. They was always doing Manny dirty in the storylines. Like, remember when she was messing with Craig? He was cheating on his girlfriend.
When she was fucking Craig, I was like, "Are you serious, Manny? Are you serious?" Like,
I loved him, and you know, Craig was like her first love.
That don't last. Plus, like Craig again needed help. I'm like, he don't need another side piece. He needs a doctor. Clinically, he's not well.
Listen, she tried to help him. And then they did coke together, and then she left them off.
That's how you help somebody who might be bipolar with coke. That does not help. I'm telling y'all that right now. I've learned that.
He blamed it on her.
Of course he did.
Ellie was like, "Is this your coke?"
Sure
He was like, "It's Manny."
Yeah, he said it was her. See, Craig dirty. I never liked Craig.
I didn't even give him the leather jacket. He was no good. That's how you knew it was no good back then.
He played Ashley. He played Manny. He played Ellie. Even when they went to Hollywood, he played Ellie again. Like, come on, man. Like,
Ellie was getting played out though. Ellie got played by everybody.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to look in the mirror and be like, could I be doing something different?
Ellie reminded me of like a redheaded Emma, to be honest. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
She was a little bit more tame. No, Ellie was a little bit more.
I like when she popped Evan.
You gotta watch Degrassi.
I couldn't stand both of them bitches.
Please watch Degrassi.
You gotta watch Degrassi. Any Degrassi, even the old versions. I've never stumbled into an episode and not been gagged. What?
So it's worth checking out. It's on Tubi.
The Degrassi guarantee. If you hit play, it's gonna take you a whole day. And you're gonna be like, what did I watch these kids do? Why did I do this?
First episode, first season of Degrassi New Generation, you're gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because they go, yeah.
Them kids wild.
Emma.
Fuck out.
Like a dummy.
Emma was tripping already on the first episode.
Honestly, all the kids have some bad fucking parents because all that shit going on with your kid and you don't see that shit. Listen. I mean, Liberty was fucking 9 months pregnant and her parents didn't know until she told them.
Again, as a child, I was like, I don't think I should be watching this. Can somebody come take the TV from me? I don't think I'm supposed to be here.
And that concludes our Degrassi interlude, ladies and gentlemen.
Talk on like it's time to go.
Our Degrassi.
Degrassi should go Tubi.
Available on Tubi. All seasons, I assume, with new generation or next generation. I've never seen an episode. All I've seen is the clips online where Drake gets shot and they're like, what you say?
He's gonna be a basketballer in Canada.
He was like,
fell to his knees.
A lot. If you binge it, it is a lot to take in all at once.
Gotta remember the Drake, Jimmy, he was called Jimmy on the show. The Jimmy and Spinner rap when they was in that competition against Ashley, talking about girl, make me a sandwich.
Shut up, girl, and eat my shut up, girl, and make my lunch. It was so misogynistic. It was so bad.
Every episode, I was like, I don't think I should be here. I don't think y'all should be here either.
I was like, that's Drake's beginning in rap. That's how he started with rapping that.
Somebody saw that and was like, I see Champagne Poppy in you.
Absolutely.
I can't.
Now, what's your number 4, God?
Ooh, this one just came out. Deadly DILF.
Oh,
stop. No.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. I had saw it on Twitter and I was like, so it's this girl, this new family moves in across the street. This girl is a terrible person. She's a horrible human being. Oh my God. She's such a little slore. But like, it's like you immediately see that the dad who lives across the street is attracted to her. In the beginning, something traumatic happens to her. Watch the movie, you're gonna be like, what is happening? Why is all this happening? So they end up becoming intimate, but then like he's like, no, I don't want to cheat on my wife, blah blah blah. So she goes like crazy. So she's like stalking him because he's like going to her college. They're going to the same college. He like transfers out of the classes. She gets real wild. And she's like the next door neighbor who just always just comes over because she was like helping the wife with the social media for the gym that they had and also like babysitting their son. And she ends up, doing a couple of murders, and ruining this man's life to the T. Mm-hmm. And she just doesn't go to jail at the end of the movie. So that's always mind-boggling for me. But like, if I'm like, so this plays into what happens later on in the movie. She's like babysitting the son and he's like, oh, let me show you something cool because she's pretty and obviously the little boy has a crush on her just like the father and whatnot. And he shows her where his dad hides his gun. Mm. Yeah, like, oh, look, let's play with this. And then it triggers her because of her, trauma from her slightly very fresh past. And she's just doing everything to just be around him. She faked being pregnant. Like, yeah, it's like it gets real crazy. And like the wife the whole time is just like, she saw them have this weird connection and she's like, oh honey, well, you just better have eyes for me. No, nigga. You looking at this?
They always make wives so fucking stupid in those kind of movies. They fucking oblivious as fuck in those.
Yeah, she knew it. She knew he was like having flirty eyes with her. Yet you still let this little hussy in your house all the time. I wanted to ask you for no help. You want to be with her? Go right ahead.
Child, they are oblivious in the movies and in real life.
Because
you get out of here.
It called Deadly DILF. The DILF is not deadly. It's the fucking girl.
Yeah. it made you think that he was the one when it's actually her. Just by you think like he would be the one who's stalking her and whatnot. But like it was his son, not both of their sons. So his wife was just like taking care of him, paying for his school, paying for him to do everything. He wasn't working or nothing. Yeah.
No.
That he was just I would have immediately left. Actually, I would have kicked you out. This is my home. I signed these papers. I run these checks. Get out. You and your son. You can go live with her across the street.
It sounded like Issa and Lawrence, and I'm having flashbacks I don't want.
Every time someone mentions Issa, I just picture her throwing that baby, kicking that baby.
That was art. I was like, give her the Emmy. No questions, no comments.
I mean, honestly, that was relatable as fuck, though. I'm not even gonna lie. Fuck that baby.
Listen, condolences could have done better. Issa could have done better, and I didn't understand what the conflict was. I was like, why are y'all talking to Lawrence? Like, you've met him.
I was pissed, first of all, that they even went that plot line. Didn't they learn from Melanie? What's her name? Melanie and Dervin in the fucking game. Like, why y'all did that shit to Issa now? Y'all did the same shit to her y'all did to Melanie in the game. No. Not right.
Yeah. It's a wild time. What about you, Sharai? What's your number 4?
I'm gonna stay in the 80s and go talk about a movie called Pieces, which is almost always on Tubi. For all the reasons you think it would be on Tubi. So this movie opens and it's like the 40s, and you're like, is it a period piece? And the little boy is playing with a puzzle, and his mother kicks in and finds out it's a puzzle of a naked woman. And I'm like, they had naked lady jigsaw puzzles in the 40s? What was people getting into? Mamas? But like, she's upset and she's like very abusive. She's like, you're just like your father, you little shit. And throw that shit out of my house. You little porno puzzles. And he goes away, and you think he's gonna throw it away and go cry, but he comes back with a hatchet and takes care of her ass. And we skip ahead. I'm like, we need to resolve this. But we're like, no, we skip ahead. And all of a sudden, we're in a school in Boston, and like the college girls are getting cut up, and like the detective's like frustrated because pieces are missing from them. It's like, where are all these pieces going? I don't understand. Why they want all these pieces. Fast forward all the shenanigans. I'm gonna skip over for y'all just want to watch it because y'all need to watch it. It's a wild ass movie.
It is.
Yes.
That ending. Woo.
That's where I'm going because that's the most out-of-pocket part. And I'm going to give it to you, but still there's so much you need to see it. We get to the ending, and like our hero saves the girl he think he's going to hook up with. And he's like looking for clues because, again, he's just unchecked. I'm like, you're not a police officer. You're not working the case. You're a victim. Stop opening doors. But him being nosy, he fucked around and found out. He opens a cupboard, and a body made of all the pieces that have been missing falls out and onto him.
Hold on. Not pieces, but a body made of all the pieces.
Yes. This killer was assembling the pieces because it was a little boy up top. And because his mother told him throughout his puzzle and he cut her up, he's making a no body. So this body falls out onto him, and you're like, oh, that's a gag. And you think it's over, but it's not. So he's like, okay, that was weird. That was a lot. And the cop's like, yeah, it's time to go. And they're walking by the body, and the body reaches up and snatches his dick off through his jeans as much as you can in the 80s. So you see like the giant claw marks from one of the hands on the body from who knows which victim, and dude screaming, and then we end the movie. But so much happens before we get there, you have to do the full ride so you can appreciate what the fuck that ending is.
I got you.
That's Pieces. It's also sometimes called, hold please, I got that right here. It's sometimes also called The Night Has 1,000 Screams.
That seems fitting.
Yes, it was a Spanish movie, and so like the dubbing is wild. They didn't even try to like match the lips or anything. They were like, we're gonna do this in English now because same movie, new wig. And it's a time, 1982, so you know it's cinema.
Wow. Available on Tubi for your viewing pleasure.
Yo.
Stream it now.
Yes.
Pieces.
You got to see it to believe it.
Wow.
All right. So we made it to round 3. I'm going to jump into the arena of landlines, the time of landlines, and after school specials, made for TV movies that filter, certain shades of lipstick and white girls with the phone laying on the bed like hello, and it's a little movie called Lisa, which is it's a fun time. It's more, I feel like it's like an evolved when a stranger calls, Lisa and her friend, they're prank calling people over the phone, and they end up calling this one guy, I think his name was Robert, and she just tries to talk. She tries to act growner than she is, talking to this guy, and she doesn't know that he's picked up certain clues, and he knows exactly who she is, and exactly what she's up to, but he ends up falling for her, and he ends up stalking her while meanwhile she's pranking him and all this other BS, and at one point he starts dating her mom, and
Awkward.
and and it's one scene where he grabs the mom by like her throat or whatever, and it's just like, I've got you now or whatever, and then Lisa's there, and he uses her mom's head to hit her, to knock her out. So he uses the mom's head and hits Lisa in the face, to knock her out. It's a wild time. It's basically like a message to kids like, hey, don't act too grown. Y'all acting too grown out here. You being too fast. You being too fast. That's the subtitle. That's the Lisa, you being too fast, And it's on Tubi. It's a good time. Zena actually recommended that one to me, and it was a good time, So shout out to Zena. K Washington, yes, underrated. Yeah, it is. It definitely is underrated, and I have that on Blu-ray. Yes. So that was my number 3. So GothCakez, what's your number 3?
I thought
I thought it was higher in numbers.
I feel like we were on 5.
5. Yeah.
Oh shit! No, I'm thinking. I'm moving backwards. I'm like 3 left. 5. Number 5.
Like,
there we go.
Where did the time go? Terror Train 1 and 2.
Oh.
Yes.
So it's these, in the first one, it's these college kids, and they get on this like train for Halloween, and everybody's dressed up, yada yada yada. There's this one girl who's trying to get over, I forget what she's trying to get over. I think it's a boyfriend breaking up with her or some stupid shit. And then somehow this killer gets on the train, but he like dresses up as like a clown, and he just starts killing people on the train. Just left to right. And then some people survive, and then they get on that same exact train in the second one during the same anniversary of when all the other stuff happened. And it like has like influencers on there who are like, oh yeah, we all like heard about this, so we're all the paranormal and blah blah blah, so we're gonna take this terror train, and people also get killed. I forget who the killer was revealed in both of them, but I forget who the killer was in either of them. But they're a wild ride.
If it's like the originals, the first one is the kid they crossed up top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is someone, I think, bullied. He was bullied.
Yeah. Because the original with Jamie Lee, like they were all like, get him in that room and we're gonna throw a body at him because we're med students. And then he's like fucked up for life. He catches them on the train on New Year's later in life. So if it follows that track, that's what they did for the first one. I don't know about the second one.
The second one, I forget who they made the killer in that one. I'm pretty sure of someone who's related to said dude. But definitely watch those two on Tubi. The kills were pretty great. And everybody's like on there and they're like drunk and stuff. So I'm not sure if he switched outfits or whatnot, but like he does a lot of killing on this train. And everybody just like ignores it because it's Halloween. So it's like, oh my God, somebody's fake dead body in the bathroom. So funny. But it's not fake. It's real. Guys.
Wow.
So
Terror Train 1 and 2. And that was the remakes. That was the
last year. Right? Both came out last year. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, I think right after a bunch of like, well, I won't say that movie because someone might have it on the list, but right after another movie that
the Black Seed, right? The Terror Train remake.
Yeah. It was a time. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, GothCakez. What about you, Bianca? What's your number 5?
So my number 5 is actually a favorite. I think we've all seen Carrie, but it's not the 1976. It's a 2013 version. So love that movie. I mean, I just love Carrie. Go Carrie. But the part that took me out with the 2013 version is when they're all at the high school and she gets her period for the first time. Mm-hmm. Oh, poor baby. So traumatizing. So basically, she gets her period for the first time in the girls' locker room, in the shower. And so she starts screaming. And everyone basically just starts laughing at her, start throwing tampons and pads at her while the poor thing is just bleeding out. Because she's not, what's the word? She doesn't know much about menstruation. So to her, she thinks that she's actually dying and bleeding out. So she's yelling, all that jazz for help. And like I said, they're throwing tampons and pads at her. And what's her name? Chris, the bully, the bully, the super bully one. She's over here recording, basically gonna upload it to social media. But the part of that took me out was when the gym teacher, gym teacher came and she just like slapped her to like get her to stop crying. I was like, damn, the girl already, she thinks she's dying. She got her period. It's now being recorded. It's being uploaded now to social media as we speak. Yes. And you just come and slap her. Like, that's OD. Like, I feel like there was a better way we could have, like, de-escalated the situation. So, yeah, that's my number 5.
And that's why I never feel bad for that gym teacher. I'm like, you got what you got.
Absolutely. They all did. All of them.
They all did. And I was like, yes, come on, Carrie.
Carrie deserved to kill each and every person in both of the films. Kill them all.
It's a good for her movie. It's a good for her story. I support her in all of her fire endeavors.
Mm-hmm. Here for all of it. Like that's definitely traumatizing. Like not in high school. Like I mean, not at all, but especially like high school. Like damn, and now it's on social media, and then your gym teacher slapped you. Like it's a lot. It's a lot.
Especially now.
Tampons thrown at you. It's a lot. As you're bleeding, and all the blood's going down the drain, and everyone sees it. Well, it's a lot.
Like your screams could be like a viral sound, 100%. Nowadays.
And a meme.
Auto-tuned. It's a TikTok sound now.
It's a gift somewhere.
Right.
Poor thing. Yep. Number 5.
Wow. Good number 5. Good number 5. Available on Tubi. What about you, CurlyGirl?
Okay. Let's bring on the classics. I feel like one of y'all brought that up last time we was talking, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway. We gotta talk about Teeth. Come on.
Yes, I almost brought her again tonight. Yes, I love Teeth. She's so weird.
Girl has teeth in her. Who's gonna say it?
Vagina.
That's where the metal teeth belong. She was so wild about it. Hear that they're making a Broadway musical out of it?
We ain't gotta do all that. I read that article and was like, we don't think to get that far.
All that, but it's happening. They're making a Broadway musical out of that movie. So
we could have done anything but that, like a comic book, a graphic novel, a series. Because again, she's a superhero. Her teeth are taking out men one finger and penis at a time, and I'm like, yes.
We're doing a musical. Whatever. And my favorite out-of-pocket moment from that movie is, of course, with the dog. Remember when
I remember
that brother's dick and it fell and the dog ate it and he was like, no.
Every time those teeth take down a man is etched into my brain because all of them deserved it. It wasn't just like, oh, some random dude who's innocent. They were trying to put something in her she did not want in her. Yeah. Or they lied to her about why they put it in her and she was like, what? and then the teeth were like,
oh. That part too, to be honest, when the guy
he tried it,
found her, and he was on the phone bragging like, "Oh yeah, I'll fuck this bitch," and she was like, "Oh, word."
Right? Because how you do all that, and you see she's upset, and you're like, "I'm gonna get it in again," and that's why you got no dick now. Oh,
so that's the penis fly trap.
Oh, it's shaped like one.
Listen, that dental bill gonna be a nightmare, but worth it.
But my thing is, what if she got a cavity in one of them teeth?
How's she flossing?
So many questions. Clinically,
y'all.
Shit, there has to be.
What is going on right now?
Well, it can't just be teeth. There have to be gums down there.
To the OBGYN, but she needs a teeth cleaning. Who does she go to? The dentist or the OBGYN? Which one?
Wait, sorry, I missed the first part.
I said when she need a teeth cleaning, where does she go? To the dentist or the OBGYN? Which one?
Maybe there's a place like the brothel/abortion clinic where they do both and they can sneak her in and out.
I think at that point she's gonna meet her maker. Like, I don't know if there's anything that could help that. I don't know.
That's not a pill you can take for that. You just
Wow. Yeah, I mean that is a good question, but yeah, she would have a conundrum.
Yeah.
What about you, Michael? What's your number 5?
I'm gonna go with Death by Temptation.
Yes.
Okay.
So the sexy succubus, she goes to this bar and she be fucking men up who are trying to fuck on her. And this scene in particular is about a closeted man that's been in the bar. And so he decides he's gonna go pretend, I guess, with this woman. He gets there, he's unable to perform. It's actually kind of funny because she gets frustrated, she's smoking and shit, she has a whole attitude that he can't perform. And then what I believe to be happening is that she gets behind him and then she gets the dick and then starts fucking him. But the out-of-pocket part to me is she's killing him while he's getting pleasured, and I didn't really appreciate that part. And yeah.
I mean, isn't that like nature? You know, that happens in the animal kingdom, pleasure and death.
It's a praxis and a bite.
Yeah.
The praying man is after she fucks the male one, she bites the head off.
Exactly.
Thank you for the dick. Thank you for your services.
Seems legit.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
No use for you now. Get out of here.
Thank you for that one, Michael. You know, available on Tubi right now. What about you, Bobby? What's your number 5, man?
So my number 5, sorry about my dogs in the background. So my number 5 is 2001 Maniacs. That's on Tubi. It's been there forever with Robert Englund and Len Shay. Them two are working together. It's been a while since I've seen this one, but for what I remember, there was a bunch of out-of-pocket moments. One particular scene where it's this Asian woman. Well, I think she's Chinese actually, and she's dating this black guy. and they separate them. They get her alone. All the women is dancing around her, making her try on this dress, saying she looks pretty and stuff. And as they're singing, they're saying all these racist things towards her. So she was like, hold up, that's not how the song goes. And she's dancing, and there's this giant metal bell above her. So then Lindsay says, meet your maker, bitch. And it drops on her and guts everywhere. She's splattered. And they said, oh, that China girl has a lot of guts. And I was like,
Not Lindsay.
rude.
Not
but they were a bunch of Confederate people from back in the day. They were like demon ghosts. So they were pretty much racist from to begin with anyway. But they said some things. And I go back and think, like, why did Robert Englund and Lynn Shay take this project? Like, they did a good job at the same time. Why did y'all take this project? But out of pocket, yes. The kills on here are insane, though.
Jeez. Well,
Have y'all seen it?
For that.
I've not seen it.
Yeah, no.
Okay. First that I did, but once you started describing it, I realized that I must have seen something else with a similar title.
I've not seen it, but my next movie is also a time Robert Englund crossed us. So that's really
perfect segue. There we go.
All right. So Sharai, what's your number 5?
So this movie was originally called Sunburst, but after Robert Englund started making a name for himself, it got repackaged and called Slashed Dreams. I know this because it pissed me off so much. I got onto the Googles and did research. This movie, I want to fight this movie. So it looks like it's going to be a slasher. It has Robert Englund on the cover when you see it on Tubi. He's sitting there in the sun like, oh, that sinister bitch. What'd he do? This fool don't show up till 58 minutes into the movie. And when he strolls in, I'm already upset because for the first 58 minutes of the movie, it's these people talking about their friend who dropped out of college to go live in the woods. And they decide to go find him and hang out with him because they miss him. And so you're watching them like swim and like talk to each other about life and theories and like what they want to be in the future. And I'm like, when's the movie going to really start? When the movie going to really start? About 40 something minutes into the movie, maybe 45, 48 minutes in, probably closer to 50. They are in the sleeping bag and 2 hillbillies show up and snatch her out of the bag and assault her and beat him up. And then they flee the scene. And baby girl is traumatized, obviously. And then that's when we get to Robert Englund's character's cabin. He's not there still because, again, Robert's like, I'm going to show up for 2 scenes. So, like, they show up in his cabin and Newsweek is out of pocket because dude leaves her in the cabin to go outside. And that's when Robert Englund shows up. And it's like, oh, my God, you're here. And he's like, yeah, we came to see you. But also, she got assaulted last night. She ain't feeling good about that. And they have a moment about it as the 2 dudes. And then Robert Englund goes in there. And the rest of the movie is basically 2 white men telling her to get over it. Shit happens. You got to move on, look on the bright side. Wow. And I'm like, we're going to find the people or leave the woods though, right? No. What happens is, because we're still hanging out in the woods together as a trio because they told her to get over it enough. The first dude runs across the hillbillies and they fight a little bit. And then they run off. And then like the friend group just goes and has like marshmallows at the fire and talk about things that make them laugh. And I'm just like, Mr. Englund.
Damn.
But yeah, don't watch that. I took that L for everybody. I was so mad. I did research to be like, what happened? How did this movie come to be? Who's responsible? Are they alive? Can I fight them down?
Well, thank you for that one, Sharai. Thank you for that one. Available on Tubi right now.
And nowhere else for reasons.
So we made it to number 6 on the list. I think I'm gonna hit y'all with a little film called Play Dead. It's about this girl. She has her professor that she's trying to scare, or just be too damn nosy, and he's a coroner. So she ends up pretending like she's a corpse one night and sneaks inside the morgue and then she wakes up and she finds out that this motherfucker is keeping alive humans in the morgue and selling their organs, you know. So yeah, it got scandalous.
It's called Play Dead, you said?
Yeah, it's called Play Dead.
Thank you.
I thought you were about to go somewhere else with that. She woke up and saw things.
I thought she would wake up with an organ missing. I did. I was like,
Yeah, it was a time. It was definitely a time, you know. But it was not. It had some money behind it, so I would recommend, you know, giving it a watch. I would definitely recommend giving it a watch. But yeah, that would be my number 6. Play Dead, you know. So what about yours, Sharai? What's your number 6?
I'm gonna go with the one I started watching today for this. I have 19 minutes left, but the most out-of-pocket moment comes at the top because it's a Tubi original. That's right, she's a Tubi original from this year, so you know she's wild. It's called Trinket Box.
Oh God, not that racist.
Yes. So you already know. I did not know. I'm like 2023. I see black people. I know it's gonna be out of pocket, so it'll fit tonight's theme. But like, what's in here? Within 10 minutes, I was already fucked up. That's what I was talking to y'all about. So like, we open and it's the olden days. A little white girl's playing outside. So I'm like, standard movie. Okay. She goes in because her sister's like sleeping with somebody, and she goes in to like be nosy to see what sex looks like. They're done. So it's just the sister and the sister's black boyfriend, which I didn't know was important to the story until 5 seconds from I meet him. But she's like, oh yeah, you have to get ready to get out of here because my mom's a witch. LOL. And he's like, excuse you? And she's like, oh yeah, she does this and this and this. And he's like, and so like the father shows up and sees a little girl in the hallway outside the sister's room. He's like, what you doing in there? And they hear the father in the room. So dude's like, oh shit. And he's like throwing on his pants and he was out their window, but it's too late. The dad knows that a black man's been in the house and like been fucking his daughter. And so we hear the N-word at least 3-4 times. I was shooketh and shocked, and so I couldn't count all of them. But like,
the way they was just saying it.
Hard
so
R.
Really.
Hard R.
Hard R.
Articulating. I was like, these are Shakespearean actors. And they chase him.
They felt that shit when they were saying it. That's for sure.
They've been waiting. But like, so all these white dudes, because apparently she got brothers, uncles, cousins. I don't know how many people living in this house. All these white dudes are chasing this black dude down in the fucking like yard. And they finally catch him and they drag him back to the house so the father can be like, N-word one more time. And dude's like, I'm gonna stab you because self-defense. So he stabs him in the neck. And I'm just like, huh? What's about to fucking happen? He's surrounded by a bunch of white dudes who are not afraid to use the N-word very liberally, and he just stabbed the patriarch. What's going to happen? We jump ahead to the future. And a couple moves into the house, black man, white woman, and they want to have a kid, and the neighbors are racist. Things are not great. Things are very weird, because he's like, hey, the neighbor's racist. And she's like, no, you're being so extra. And I'm just like, how long have y'all been married? Because like... And like the things that are happening are just not making sense. This movie's fucking wild. Again, I don't know how it's going to end. I know it's not going to make it better, but now I have 19 minutes left. I have to see where it's going to go. But the most out-of-pocket moment was clearly that opening, because that was a lot of racism and a lot of what the fuck.
That movie was horrible. When you see it to the end, I think you're going to be mad.
I'm already mad. Like the first 10 minutes, I'm just like, we didn't need all this racism. We could have used less N-words. Yeah. And because I'm already mad, I definitely did a quick Google. The people who wrote it, the main actor, the black man, who comes to move into the house, the cursed house. He read it with, I believe, his wife, because they're an interracial couple, and they wanted to make a movie about an interracial couple. And I'm like, this was not the way. This was not the way.
So you were just like, hey, there was a bunch of N-words in this.
Yes. He also had that scene where like there's like a white lady, old racist, clearly racist white lady.
The diabetes.
And she's telling the white girl that's with the black guy, she's like, who is this suspicious black man outside the house? Do you want me to call the cops? And she's like, that's my husband or boyfriend or whatever. She's like, oh, okay. No. And then when she like told the guy about it, he's like, this bitch racist. And the woman is like, nah, you exaggerating.
She's on a different time.
She didn't mean it like that.
No. When he tried later on, he tried to offer that bitch some sweet tea. She's like, "That's how you get diabetes." And he's like, and his wife was like, "She didn't mean it that way." And he was like, "Yeah, she fucking did."
Oh my
the
God.
wife,
But of course,
but so bad.
Apparently they wanted to have a kid, and she's pregnant now, and she's still not talking to him. And so like she's throwing that black shit that like moves around in the toilet, and he's finding the evidence. She's like, "No, it was like car oil. It's fine." Like, you have a demonic baby and a racist neighbor. I think you should talk to your husband. I think it's time to talk to your husband about real things.
Yeah. Honestly, the wife just pissed me off so bad in that movie.
The wife, the dialogue, the opening, it's not a good time. I don't recommend it. If you want to be angry, yes. But again, the first 10 minutes, y'all saw how soon it turned, because I was like, I'm putting on a movie randomly. Ha, ha, ha. 5 minutes, I'm like, this is a lot of things. I don't know how to feel about it in my soul. Like, 2 minutes later, it got me fucked up.
So this would be a nice...
I get out, because like, ain't nobody got out.
Right? And it's called Trinket Box. I've not seen a box yet. I have seen a little trinket. So I'm assuming the box is coming in the last 19 minutes.
I feel like it'd be a nice double feature with the Strays. You know?
I refuse to watch the Strays, but I'm sure it would be. Because the white people tell me it was like Get Out. And so I know it's not like Get Out.
No, it's not. It's not at all like Get Out.
Gave her. Remember when the old racist lady gave the wife some necklace or something?
Yep.
Crazy. I think that's the trinket.
That's the trinket, yeah. And I'm like, but where's the box it comes from? Is there a box of racism over there? And so I'm hoping to see that in the next 19 minutes, because I'm gonna have to finish it after this because I'm too far in. I'm too deep. I gotta know.
Can you please message us to let us know how it ends?
I will, because we opened that way, and so how are we gonna close it?
Yeah, that's wow.
Worst.
Listen, I had never heard the N-word so articulate and so loud so many times.
They was living life saying that word. I think they was acting. They might have been method acting over there.
Listen, I wonder
Stephen King.
Very much. Very much.
And Tarantino was taking notes. They both was taking notes.
Oh, Tarantino.
This was a School of Tarantino movie. You can already tell. Because when they started dragging him back to the house, I was like, if this is a bootleg Tubi Candyman, so help me. But then I was like, no, it's not a Candyman. Surprise. I'm like, oh, it could somehow be worse.
Listen, Quentin Tarantino was watching that shit beating off his meat. He was so happy.
Well, thank you, Sharai, for that number 6.
Yo.
Choice.
Well,
Tubi right now for all to watch.
Done for the night. What a bed, y'all.
What about you, Goth? What's your number 6?
I'm gonna say Shark Bait. It was a movie about 4 friends who went jet skiing. I'm not sure if they stole it. They stole the jet skis. I don't know, but they ended up out way out to shore. One of their jet skis broke. Some drama was happening with the friends. I think the one friend was sleeping with her boyfriend or whatever. And they were just like, they were just being terrorized by this shark. And they were trying to get to the shore. It was kind of like what's that? The Shallows, except where it was way less. There was nothing for them to go for. There was nowhere for them to really like be okay. There is I think the one girl, she does survive, but it's like, I love shark movies. Eat those people up, tear them to pieces, let nobody survive. But people did survive, unfortunately. So, boo.
Everybody gonna die.
Everybody gotta go.
Thank you for that, Shark Bait. I'm adding it to my list. Adding it to my list of watchables. Tubi on Tubi right now, folks, and I'm sure other places as well. What about you, Bobby? What's gonna be your number 6?
My number 6 is Terrifier 2. That's on Tubi currently. It's the most talked about movie last year, especially the later half. But the scene that's out of pocket, because we all know that art is petty. But if you guys know what I'm about to say, is the scene in the bedroom when he was fucking old girl up. Petty, out of pocket. He didn't have to fuck up the way he did. Then he comes back after she's been tortured with some damn bleach and some salt, and then pour it all on her wounds and all on her body. It was just a mess. And then he rips her whole face off. That whole scene was just disgusting. It went on way too long, but it was very effective and disgusting if you're a gore person. So yes, art is out of pocket all the way through. First one, definitely in the second one. So yes, Terrifier 2. That's my choice.
Yes, love it. You know, if y'all haven't checked out Terrifier 2, like, what's wrong with you? It's on Tubi right now. Get with it.
Both are.
Tubi gave us a gift with that one. Tubi gifted us something.
Oh yeah.
Both.
They also got Lovecraft Country right now.
Yes, they do.
So,
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
They've
they
had that for a minute too. They've actually kept Lovecraft Country on there. It's been on there for at least a year.
What if they bring it back? They do series now. What if Tubi says Lovecraft?
Tubi got it before Netflix. I would think that Netflix would pick it up instead of Tubi.
Somebody pick it up, damn it. Max, Paramount Plus,
Something.
MGM Plus, somebody.
Disney Plus. Like,
You know,
give us season 2, damn it, god damn it.
give us what we want. Give us what
Yes.
we want. What about you, Bianca? What would be your number 6?
So I think at this point, Bobby and I were just right here.
Yeah.
So my next one is actually a genital double whammy. So I know it sounds wild, but just be with me right here. So I have Terrifier 2 as well. But the part that stuck out to me, or one of the parts I should say that stuck out to me, was about an hour and 37 in, when that couple, like, they're in the car, and then of course Art is just being Art, doing the most, and then the guy, he gets out the car and he goes to urinate, and Art takes his, he does the whole thing, and the penis comes off. So that was number 1, genital. And then number 2, I don't know if you guys have seen Dark Ride, but basically Dark Ride, it's about this. So in the beginning, these 2 sisters, they basically get murdered by someone who had escaped from a mental institution, and then about a year later, friends come back basically to that same amusement park. And sorry, he didn't escape. No, sorry. When it started out, the two sisters that got murdered by the guy, he was placed in the mental institution. I think like about a year later, friends come back and he escapes from the mental institution, and he basically wreaks havoc on this new group now at that same amusement park. And there is a part where one of the characters, his name is Jim, one of the guys, and he basically is receiving fellatio from one of the girls. And here comes Jonah, who's the name of the gentleman who escaped from the mental institution. And he basically, so my dude Jim is like this, he's getting his thing. So his eyes are closed, living his best life. And then old girl, basically Jonah comes and then cuts old girl's neck. But Jim, who's so into it, he doesn't even realize that homegirl's neck is off. Ooh. And I was like,
no. So yeah. He just keeps on going?
Well, he keeps going till he's like, ooh, yeah, I think he like groans or something. Like he says something to her and he's like, yo, she's not answering. He looks down like, oh yeah, her neck is not attached to her body. So that was my genital penis per se double whammy. Tie your face.
Because I'm just thinking, like, once her body's separated from the head, like, you feel weight distribution, shit.
You would think.
Yeah. You would think. So he was too much in the moment, maybe. He was too much into it.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely living his best life, but I would, so clinically, right? So now the neck is now severed from the rest of the body. It's like, okay, you would feel that there's no more like suctioning going on, or whatever she was doing, like it just kind of just like
maybe he was faking it.
When the head got cut off, maybe her muscles automatically tightened up. So maybe that's why
he thought she was like giving him the guac, maybe. but like her neck is really not there anymore.
That's probably when he was like, "Yeah, baby, yeah."
Right.
This is just turned into an American Horror Story episode. You know.
But it's called Dark Ride. It's a good time. I think y'all would like it.
Dark Ride. All right. Tubi. Thank you for that, Bianca. Yes. Michael, what's your number 6, man?
Ooh, these two. I'm gonna go with Cole from Martin. They're running around from these creatures, right, all over the place, and they get inside, I think, the back of a truck or some shit, or a container. But there's a hole where they're hit, so that I'm trying not to say, So his back is up against the wall of this container, but his ass is by the hole. And so on the other side of the container is one of the monsters. And basically, this creature is able to reach inside with his member, his dick, and penetrates Cole. He's gonna come out from the hole, slam back into it. It's a lot. Feast is a lot. The whole franchise.
Yeah.
He's mutated at one point as well, but I really need to get into that. It's a lot. There's a scene in the first movie where they're trying to set up a trap for the creature, and this lady's being used as bait, and then one of the babies comes and fucks her mouth, and then ejaculates in it, and then there's an explosion. So it's like one of them kind of franchises.
They're very horny creatures.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, I remember Project Greenlight when they were like creating this shit.
Now, Tyrone, is Beast 2 sloppy seconds on sloppy seconds? Have you seen that?
I would not doubt. I'm sure it is. I'm sure if it's not, you can request it. I'm sure it is. They do take requests.
But
so, hopefully Beast 2 sloppy seconds, sloppysecondssales.com. What about you, Curly Girl? What's your number 6?
Okay, so I actually hate this movie, but there's this dumbass fucking movie on Tubi called Rotten Tail about this dude that gets bitten by like a bunny rabbit or some shit, and he turns into like a mutated bunny rabbit and runs around and kills people. There's a scene where this black girl, she thought she was gonna get banged by her boyfriend. She was like tied to the bed or whatever, but Rotten Tail banged her instead. Towards the end of the movie, she gives birth to like this mutated creature that's like a half, I guess, mutant rabbit, half man or whatever. And her boyfriend is like, "This ain't my baby, it's mine."
I would
He
love
really
a horror scene from that movie. They need to be on Maury and him being like, "That's not my baby. Look at this shit. That don't look like me." And then need her running when he's like, "You're not the father." They need that whole scene in that movie.
Oh, for real, we be on Maury like, this can't be my baby. Maury is too white. Maury like, so that's why, not because it looked like a fucking mutant. No, Maury is too white.
Yo. How long was she pregnant for? Sorry.
Clinically,
I'm just trying to understand how long these mutated pregnancies, how long.
She got banged somewhere in the beginning of the movie. She gave birth by the ending credits. So
90 minutes.
90 minutes. What? And then the other question I had was, so the boyfriend didn't know he was half rabbit mutated. Who got her pregnant?
No, the guy that got bit by a rabbit, the white guy.
Got you.
Was black. That's why he said it ain't his baby.
Because it was a white rabbit. If it was
a black rabbit,
it wouldn't have been anything different.
Got you.
Like, this is my baby.
At least he knows where his line is.
This is wild. What?
Damn.
Yeah.
Like anything. People can.
I fucking hate this movie. This movie is so stupid. The acting is so stupid. That human rabbit creature looks so dumb. It don't even look like a rabbit. It looks like a rat or some shit. A long ass.
That's terrible. That's not it.
It's out of line, out of fucking pocket in this movie. When it ends, it says on the screen, dedicated to the love and memory of so and so. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers dedicate this to somebody?
Don't you dare dedicate, no.
Right.
I would haunt
And what is the reason? Like what part of the movie exactly are you dedicating to me or reminded you of me? Like
an enemy.
I died and you did some shit like that and you dedicated to me. I'm fucking coming back from the grave, just fucking throwing hands.
hello, I'm washing you. Like we're fighting now in your dreams. Like I'm gonna fight you in your dreams. Like we're squaring up in your dreams.
But I think they low-key did not like that person. I think that was a jab. Like that was like it was being sarcastic.
Yeah, that's not it. I would definitely mutate into a rabbit in the dream and just haunt you every night. Just cause. Like nah. Nah.
Oh.
Nope. Can't do it.
Well, that's our number 6, our round 6, you know, coming up on round 7. Finally made it there. But before we get to round 7, you know, this episode is sponsored by the Cabin in the Woods Film Festival, you know, so was lucky enough to get a free pass, you know, free virtual pass for August 26th to one lucky person in the room. It can be in the chat or it can be on the screen. So, you know, if whoever gets close to this number, pretty much, and this is a horror film festival, you know, run by Crystal Connor, you know, and also behind the scenes is Lady Shasha, you know, horror freak. She's a friend to the show as well, you know, horror festival run by Black women, you know, and from how they described, like if you go on Cabin in the Woods filmfestival.com, if you actually make it to the actual film festival, it's lit. They got food, they got like art, food. You know, but and it's like catered food. It ain't no like cheap, you know, it's like she rented out this nice space. It's on point. And she got all these dope, you know, filmmakers and speakers coming out and just talking about, you know, their films and stuff like that. And it's going to be a whole epic thing. It's going to be on the weekend of August 26th. So, you know, make sure that you definitely check that out. I'm going to be giving away one pass right now, but also the next couple lives, I'm going to be giving out discount codes. So I have a 35% off discount codes, you know, just to spread the wealth out. So yes, but this question for this pass is gonna be for the Child's Play series, you know. So this is gonna be for the Child's Play series. So now from all 7 movies, you know, what is Chucky's kill count, you know, with all 7 movies accumulated, you know, around whoever gets closest to the number, you know.
I believe it's 88.
Is that counting like the 30 kids that he got shot in the third one?
Right.
Man,
I'm like,
he did kill a bunch of them. That was great. I really love that one.
I mean,
thank you.
Let me go.
I don't know why people don't love that one. It's whack that you don't love that one. Like he had free reign.
That's his most vicious. He gave real kids real bullets and was like,
he did.
Listen, he's never scarier than that because he's like, I want all the kids dead. And I was like, fuck them kids, but also Chucky. We don't have to go that hard.
He was very frightening looking in that one too. Like he looked real dirty in that one. Real dirty. Why you look so dirty?
He's been
Yet enough.
He's been through a lot, okay?
He's been right. I'm gonna say you said 80 what, GothCakez? I'm gonna say like 93, 94, somewhere around there.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else got any numbers?
99. Go big or go home.
I want to say 100, but also Tiffany enters the scene in the middle of the franchise, and she take out some of them, and so I don't know.
Right?
She was killing people left and right too.
She dangerous. Her little knife.
Well, we talking about Chucky exclusively, so you know
And
him with the knife.
Yeah, some of those deaths I want to give him might be her though, because she is not just taking her dear sweet time. She's like, I'm also stabbing bitches, which is why we love Tiffany.
I love Tiffany. She's so fun.
She's my. That's my mom, y'all. That's she not right either. She's shady. She's shady and petty as hell. She not. She's worse than Chucky sometimes, but Chucky's he's just an asshole, like narcissistic.
I mean, she tricked Chucky real well first before he tricked her. Right? How she put him in that cage.
If it's gotta be a Chucky kill by his own hand, not him having other people do it, which he did a lot of, I'm gonna say 65.
Girl.
Because a lot of them he had other people do. Like them kids, they were shooting 30 kids each. And I'm like, that's a lot of bodies, but also Chucky didn't technically do it.
Yeah.
And then Tiffany was also there with her little knife. And so I'm gonna say 65 was him with his own little doll hand.
Okay. So we got 65, we got an 88, and then we got a 99?
92.
A 92?
Yeah, because I kill counted. So.
And I said 90.
Okay, 90. Got a 90. All right. And is that all? Is that everybody's final answers?
Yeah.
All right. So the correct answer was 67. 67. So Sharai, you get that pass. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Charles Lee Ray. It wouldn't be possible without you.
Keep killing them, you know. Keep fucking with the check.
Had we counted the show too, it would be in the hundreds. Because he made up for lost time.
I can't wait. Hurry up next time. Grab it.
Now, thank you for that. You know, I'll be sending you the code or the information, tomorrow.
Thank you.
Tomorrow first thing. Now we've gotten to number 7. We finally made it to our 7th movies, guys. You know, it's been a long road. Damn. 8, 9, 10. We 3.5 hours in right now. We marathoning. You know, you already know how we do. But yes, this my final film would have to be it would have, since this is Tubi, because I got some safe ones, but since this is Tubi, I'm gonna have to go with The Killer Eye, which is a science fiction. It looks like it felt like a horror type comedy type, erotic type thing or whatever, but it was about the scientist. He does some experiments and then he does something with this guy's eye, and then he does something with his eye, and his eye opens up a portal into another dimension, from another dimension. And basically, because that portal's open, his eye jumps out of his head and turns into this massive ass eye, and it's just the eye is walking around and inappropriately touching everyone and everything, including women, and it just keeps it's a lot of shit going on. But
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it's basically a giant eye walking around the entire movie, and it's just doing what it wants, basically just trying to help this alien invasion. It definitely was a time. I'm not gonna say I don't recommend watching it. Like, I think it's it might be worth it if you take an edible or something like that. Be like, oh yeah, let me watch the killer eye. Yeah, 2 edibles, one for each eye. But yeah, it's definitely a Tubi time. It's definitely a Tubi time. Yeah, that's my number 7. That's my number 7.
I have a
Right.
question. How exactly was his eye touching somebody? Like, it has hands? Was it the eyelash? Like, what was it doing?
It's got tentacles, so like the tentacles just like like yeah, like sensually it's just like yeah.
My neck.
And then
tentacles is the nerves inside the eye. That's what
yeah, the nerves inside the eye, and the women seem to like it. Like they kind of they're creeped out, but they're kind of it's a full moon movie, so who's casted, so.
So no one. So oh man. So like no one was concerned about this giant eye walking around.
They were, but that's why the nerves were there to calm you down, because you were concerned, but once he gave you that little rub down, the concern.
It wasn't concerned no more.
Yeah.
So what about the men? Was it rubbing the men too, or the men were like, "Oh shit, what is that?" And
no, it was.
Like, oh my god!
It was rubbing. It was rubbing the men too. It was equal opportunity.
Equal rights.
Equal opportunity.
Rated E for everyone. Rated E for everyone. I know that's right.
Yeah.
No discrimination. Love to hear that. Go ahead. That big eye. Leave no one out.
Big eye energy.
Yeah, big
eye energy.
Bisexual energy.
Ooh. Did the eye wink at anyone, or it was just the tentacle?
No, it was just a big ass eye. I don't even think it was an eyelid. It was just a big ass eye.
A little eye.
That's real dry though. If there wasn't no eyelid, it was probably walking around
mad dry. Definitely dry.
Yeah.
Dry eyes.
Need some saline drops.
Yeah, I was.
Poor eye.
Definitely need some eye drops.
Yeah. It was a time though. It was a time. I was watching it while I was supposed to be being the supervisor, but for some reason that was more important in the moment. So, yeah. But that was my number 7. What about you, GothCakez? What's your number 7?
The Sand. It's not a Tubi original, but it might as well have been from the special effects. So it's like these college kids, and they're all, I think they were in college, high school, whatever, partying on the beach. Everything, and all of this is their fault, because they should have just not touched it. So they like bring this like really ooey looking alien thing. Go to the next day. The alien thing is open. It's like in the sand. So when they put their hand in the sand, whatever this alien thing is, like drags them into the sand, like peels their face off and stuff. The reveal of the alien actual thing was very underwhelming, not to be surprised. One of the kills that I really liked was, there was, of course, there's always one black guy, and he's the big black guy, and they drew a penis on his face, and he was like stuck in one of those little trash bins that they be having at the beach, and the thing like crawled under and then like shot itself through his body, and he was just like bleeding profusely from his mouth. There are some survivors. 2 girls, I believe they survived, and they were like fighting over the same guy because he like I think he cheated on her with the black girl or whatever. But like it's always some drama. It's always some like, oh, we're in a love triangle, or oh, I can't believe my ex-boyfriend is here. Like, yes, you can. You guys hang out with the same group of people. What do you mean? You knew you will show up, which is why you didn't want to show up, but then you ended up showing up anyway. But like most of the friends, they all died. It was hard to get through because it was like the acting is so bad. All of the screaming that they do. Like, all right, he's dying. Let's move along. But it took a while. I feel like it was a slow burn. But I saw my boy.
Yeah, there was a little bit of payoff.
Yeah. Small.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Streaming on Tubi right now. Available right now for stream. What about you, Bianca? What's your number 7?
All right, y'all. My number 7. I saw this movie for the first time this week. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's called Contracted, 2013. Oh my goodness, bro. Okay, I can't even talk. The moment the movie started, I was stressed out. So basically, this gentleman, he works at a morgue, and he, in the opening scenes, decided to have sex with one of the corpse. That they zoom in on a part where you see that there's a biohazard tag attached to her toe, and I'm like, this is not going to end well, because he's now having sex with this dead body that has a biohazard tag attached to her toe, which means it's just not going to end well. To move along, then you're introduced to the main character, and basically she goes to this like a party or something, ends up getting date rape jazz and everything by this guy. I think his name's BJ, if I'm not mistaken. And here comes this guy with his ST. I don't even know what to call it. Like that. Whatever. This man that had sex with this body, this biohazard body. Here he comes now and has sex with her after he date raped her. And so now she basically has contracted what we would presume is an STD, but it's a bit more than that. And as the movie goes along, each day you see her get sicker and sicker and sicker, and she's essentially turning into a zombie-looking, horrible-looking thing. And the part that took me out was towards the end. I think her boyfriend, was that her boyfriend?
It wasn't a boyfriend. Yeah. It was the guy that was thirsty for her. Because remember, she was gay.
Yes. There you go. So old boy, he was super, super thirst. And now by the end of the movie, she's visibly like, she doesn't even look human, right? At this point, disgusting. So him being the gentleman that he is, he decides to have sexual intercourse with her.
Anyway,
But I mean, to be fair, she did dim the lights. He didn't really see what she looked like.
Even with them lights dimmed, honey, you can see that face from a mile away. And so, he's doing his thing. He's like, oh my God, you're so wet. And I'm just like, I'm gagging at this point. And as they continue on with their jazz, right? Maggots start falling out of her. And he's like, yo, what's that? Like, what's going on? And he looked down and there's just maggots falling out of her. And I'm like, I'm done. Done.
That was when he drew the line. So he was so
right. Forget everything else that happened. She's leaking, whatever the hell. It was the maggots that drew the line for him. I know there is a contracted part 2. I have not mustered up enough strength yet to even attempt.
Stupid.
Is it really?
Yeah, because they go into all this like conspiracy theory.
Oh,
like, there's
okay.
Shit that happened, why it happened. It's like I think even the government is involved in like this virus or whatever.
What the heck? Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it then. Maybe I'll throw it on first. Forgive me.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of fun because it's a lot of twists and turns, but it just
okay.
They just doing too much with that one. In my opinion,
okay.
They're doing too much.
Okay, I have that playing then in the background.
But it's about that guy that had sex with her.
Stop.
He's the main character in that one.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna watch it. Forget it. I'm invested, but I'm still gonna watch it. Never mind. But yeah, so that was very out of pocket. Yes, the lights were definitely dimmed, but like even with the lights dim, like bro, you can. She looks like a whole zombie.
She probably smelled bad too.
Oh, absolutely. Remember, she was like leaking and stuff and everything. He's over here like, oh my god, you're so wet. And
if maggots are falling out, it don't smell right. Like I'm just.
It's just.
She was rotting from the inside out.
So. Yes, because she was rotting essentially inside out. So that is my number one, my number 7, whatever you want to call it. But I was like, oh, this is the top of my list because this is disgusting. Clinically, mentally, emotionally, physically, every illy that exists, disgusting. Like that's not it. But yes, so that's my 7/1.
Well, thank you for that one. Thank you for that safe choice for your last one, Bianca.
Always safe, always safe.
Yes. What about you, Michael? What's your number 7? Oh, your mic.
You're muted.
Oh shit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was like, this is dramatic.
I'm gonna go with Frankenhooker. So I saw that a few months ago. And it's about this medical student. His fiance, she gets decapitated early on in the movie. So he decides he is going to then take body parts from sex workers that he has to kill in order to build her body. So, which is crazy because there's one scene where he just used like the forearm of a black woman. I'm like, what was the purpose of that? Like a forearm, but he built an entire body, new breasts, new legs. The only thing of hers is her head, but nothing's matching because it's different people. So it don't make no sense. And so she wakes up at one point and is walking through the street. She's upset with him because he brought her back. And then so the end of the movie, she decides, and there's deaths and shit in it, but at the end of the movie, she decides to do the same thing to him. So she then uses body parts of other people. So he has breasts now, and he has all these other things. And so he's freaking out in the very end of the movie. Because he tried to play it off like you're back, you're alive, you should be thankful, basically. And so she played the same card with him at the very end. Here we both are now. We're both Frankenstein's monsters. So now what?
Bam. So
Good for her.
Right.
Damn, it's a lot.
Wow. Okay. So sorry, my brain was like trying to process what just happened. So like, how did he attach the body parts together? Because where my brain just went, it went to like the Nightmare Before Christmas. I think about like Sally and like sewing the parts up. So
kind of like that.
Kind of thing. Oh, okay. Wow.
Was it a quick stitch or was it like?
I recall that. And then the other body parts are all combined and created this like monster that's hidden, and that was killing one of the pimps in the movie. So that was another cool scene.
That sounds like
y'all should check it out.
Kill the pimp.
And that is my last choice of the evening.
Yes, thank you, Michael. Thank you for that wondrous movie. I've seen merch from it. I've never seen it, but now I gotta see it. I've seen merch from it.
It's on my list forever.
Yeah, I've never seen the movie though.
Yeah.
All right, now, what about you, Bobby? What would be your number 7, man?
My number 7 is a movie called Apocalypse Kiss. Not too sure if you guys heard of it. Well, Mike has. It's pretty much a movie that was made in Philly. It's an indie movie. Lloyd Kaufman is in it. Michael Berryman, he's in Hills Have Eyes, and also Tom Atkins. DC Douglas, he talks for Wesker in the Resident Evil video games, and is about a post-apocalyptic type situation. Takes place in the distant future, and is about a serial killer, OCD serial killer. Also, 2 lesbian serial killers, while the world was about to end. So there's a lot going on in this movie. And one of the girls is deaf, so she's communicating with her, her girlfriend through sign language while, going, dealing with these murders and stuff like that. And Tom Atkins is trying to figure out who's killing who. Is it the OCD or is it somebody else? And then eventually the OCD killer connects with the two lesbian killers, and the whole entire time, one of the girls, the deaf girl, actually can speak. So she gags her own girlfriend, was just like, bitch, I've been with you for how many years and you can talk this whole time and you're Russian at that?
Yeah.
So that was the gag there. Out of pocket moments in there. The kills in there are a little because it's an indie film, but it's beautiful, beautiful movie. I actually have a small part in the film. I have a small character on there. So you might see me on there. But it's a fun movie. Indie made. A lot of choices. The movie is all over the place. I will say that, but it's a fun watch. At least watch it one time.
Oh yeah, what's mandatory now? Now that we know you're in there.
What is
Next movie night?
In an apocalyptic Philly.
Yes, pretty much. And you could see bits and pieces of Philly in there, and they got all these like digital things. They're trying to make it like a futuristic place. It kind of looked like Blade Runner a little bit. It's like similar to Blade Runner, so it's pretty cool. And Tom Atkins is in it, so yes.
Good old Tom Atkins.
That's my pick.
Wow. Yes, I love it. Love it.
A little plug in there as well.
Of course.
I'm glad you said it because I thought you were going to skip over it. I was like, and he's in the movie.
I was about to, but
yes,
why not?
Yes. Credit. Give him his credit. His acting credit. Now, Sharai, what
for my number one pick, I saved a Brother Ghoulish recommendation. It is the first of a trilogy that will always be on Tubi. If it's not about this, right? You already know. If it's not a Tubi original, it's got that Tubi energy. I'm talking about Killjoy.
Oh God!
I knew you was gonna say that.
If you've not seen Killjoy, so first
I haven't seen it.
Oh my God!
Please watch that. I watched it because Ryan was like, "Yeah, for a Bloody Massacre, we should do that. We're gonna do hood horror." And we were like, "Yeah," and then we were like, "Ryan, you can't do more recommendations."
No,
I will say the clown looks really good. Whoever did the clown was like, I'm showing up with a costume and makeup, but basically, this clown doll is brought back to life and goes after the people who killed its owner. And it's made on $5 in hope, and it shows. But what takes me out? What fucking takes me out? Not the dialogue, not the weird sex scenes, not the weird flirting, not the plot that don't make sense. It's when they're like, we have to go get the friends out, and so they all leap into the ice cream truck, and like these people just walking in from out of frame. You could tell it's like, oh, and now we're in the portal. We're in this other world, and that's when I had to pause and go pee because I could not, and
What
the energy.
Are the sequels worth watching? Because I've never seen the sequels. I only seen the first one.
I refuse to watch anything past the first one, but Tubi always has all three for all the reasons you would think that would be on Tubi.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, if it's not a Tubi original, I don't know why not, because
that needs to be one. Tubi needs to buy the rights to that shit.
Sounds crazy.
It might have been what inspired Tubi to become an app. It was like, you know what? We do movies like this all the time.
Hell yeah.
But yes.
They should just reboot it. And give me a Tubi original.
It needs to be. But that is definitely a Brother Ghoulish sponsored movie.
Wow.
Killjoy 2 is terrible. I tried to watch it.
I'm sure it is.
It's whole bad. Whole bad. I was not taking that through.
The first one is so bad. I didn't always know if it was a commercial break or the movie. Because Tubi has commercials. Yeah. And I was like, are these not okay?
The acting in the commercial breaks was better than in the movie.
Yes.
No.
Yes. It's like it's like, Mike, there's a killer clown. We gotta do something about it. we're in the world now. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is happening?
This is actually outrageous, and I need to watch it. Cause what?
And I know some of the characters they supposed to be gangsters and they're unbothered, but goddamn,
No.
The gangsters were so funny too because they were not even scary. It was like, hey, what are you doing? Can you not eat lunch and can you come do this scene? Okay. And so it's just like, yeah, we're violent. Oh no, where's this world we're in? Like, and they're like running around like a bunch of plastic curtains at somebody's house. You're like, oh
no. No, there's no way. Mm-mm. No, I refuse to believe what y'all saying. No.
When you see the world he takes them to, which is in the ice cream truck that he's stolen.
Pain is believing, girl. Go watch that.
What is happening?
Like, people walk into frames. That's how you get these scenes started. They're just like,
but like, you mean they literally walk onto the frame?
Literally.
Okay.
No, it's like, oh no.
No, you're lying to me.
Like,
wait, am I the only one that has not seen it?
I haven't seen it either.
Y'all should both watch it.
All right, we
Y'all should live tweet it, live Instagram it, whatever you're on right now. Do that because
I got a lot of suggestions from tonight. I got about
Start with
18.
Killjoy. Start with Killjoy because I need everybody to understand. And I was rooting for it because again, I'm rooting for all the black people, and that clown looked amazing.
Yeah.
That clown deserved a better movie.
The poster for the movie looks way better than the movie. You're looking at the poster, you're like, oh, this shit about to be fire. Then you watch it, you're like, oh.
Right? It's like, I bet you Johnny's in here.
No. I'm not doing it tonight.
When I saw it on Tubi, I was like, oh, cool. Like, I thought it was maybe like a black Pennywise or some shit. Yeah. It's like Pennywise mentally challenged fucking cousin.
Like, if that was called it, this would be called shit. Because literally.
No, not shit. No, not shit. No.
And like, so much is just wrong. Like the awkward flirting, because I was like, how old is anybody? Do I have a hundred with this flirting? Because like people trying to get laid around this clown killing people as usual.
Oh my God.
And so she's like, oh, do you like to read? Yes, I like to read.
No.
And I'm like, is this a porn? That's not. Luckily, that's not
happening. What year was this movie made?
Decent. Let me pull up the actual year because
Like,
I never until
what
it had to be like early 2000s, probably.
It sounds like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Type jazz. What the fuck?
So the first one was 2000.
2000.
The second one is called Killjoy 2: Deliverance from Evil, and that was 2002.
Exactly 2000.
And then the third one is 2010.
Oh.
The second one.
There's a Killjoy movie order and a Killjoy. There's a fourth one.
There's a fourth one?
Killjoy Goes to Hell, which I think should have been the first title.
But I think they recast the guy that plays Killjoy in the sequels, right? There's a different dude.
All four of them are on Tubi. I'm sure they recast him because he's not a great actor, but he looked really good in that first one. Yeah. Like whoever did that makeup and costume was like, I'm gonna save something from this movie, and I'm keeping them lifted because
I'm keeping them lifted. What the F?
Mike about to roll out, everybody. It's been real, Mike.
I'm about to go. I have a lot of movies I will message y'all about.
Yes.
Yeah, start with Killjoy.
And I watch them.
Killjoy needs to happen.
That stuff Ryan recommend. He also, well, you know what, that Amityville movie wasn't that bad, the one he suggested. But I'm gonna check Killjoy out. I would check Killjoy out and let y'all know what I think.
Yes.
There's 4 now. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Good night, y'all.
See you, Mike.
All right. So we got one more. CurlyGirl. What's your number one pick?
Oh man.
One, but let's go back to the Japan again for the last time. Yes. Right. There's this movie called Machine Girl, where this high school student, she gets into some trouble, I think, with some yakuza or some shit. I think they kill her brother, and eventually ends with her losing her arm And then her arm gets replaced by like this machine gun contraption, and she goes to fight the Yakuzas. And it had a lot in that movie. It had a lot. But for whatever reason, the scene I remember the most is when she like I thought that was how she lost her arm originally, but that was not it. There was like she got into a fight with somebody. I forgot who, maybe one of them Yakuzas or whatever. And it was a boiling pot of water sitting on the stove, and her arm got shoved into it. When she pulled her arm out, it literally looked like, y'all ever had tempura, like a Japanese restaurant?
Yeah.
It literally looked like that.
Oh
I
damn.
thought that's how she lost the arm. But then, like a couple scenes later, her arm is normal.
Nah. Nah.
Was that a goof? Like, did they mess up or?
I be feeling like they be doing that shit on purpose.
Right.
They be doing that shit on purpose. Somebody mad.
That shit happened. I was like, oh, that's how she loses the arm. But nope. Yep, she was totally fine after that.
Oh, well, that's that.
Somebody
Okay.
was mad.
I'm not even gonna ask my clinical questions. Like, it's very much given, where was the wound care? I mean, like these burn wounds, like, you know, did you wrap the arm? I'm just gonna
magically healed itself clinically.
Yep, I know that's right. Clinically, that clinical regeneration. I know that's right.
You cannot tempora yourself. That's not a real thing. Once you're tempora, you're tempora.
Yeah, once you tempora, you're tempora. But
right?
thank
like, you can't go back from that.
No.
Right.
Coming back. There's no coming back from that. It's like I had an arm and now I don't. That's the story.
That's it. And then even with the machine gun arm, like it sounds like a video game. Like, was she going in with the machine gun arm? Like, I really hope she was.
She was going in with it. She was shooting.
That's cool. It sounds like a video game.
Listen, there is a sequel apparently. I haven't seen the sequel yet, but there is a sequel and it's also on Tubi, so I gotta check it out one of them days.
This is great.
Yes. Thank y'all again for another amazing night. You know, I think we broke a record, 4 hours.
We need to do one Tubi one and include like both horror and non-horror, because Tubi be having some outrageous ass.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We can definitely get that popping.
Like that one with the Harry Potter actor where he's an internet troll and he be trolling people. And then he trolls the wrong person. So they come in and they staple guns to his hands and they like, you gotta play this game, this survivor game with us. He be running around.
What's the name of this movie?
Guns Akimbo.
Thank you.
Damn.
Wow. That's awesome.
He be running around in fluffy slippers too, because how they got him at home when he was like in his fucking pajamas or his bathrobe and some slippers. That's how he be at home.
Yo.
No.
Crazy.
Wow.
Craziness. But thank y'all again. You know, shout out to Michael, you know, who had to cut out a little early. You know, always appreciate it when you stop through. You know, thank you again, Bobby. You know, it's always a pleasure, you know, having you on, getting to chop it up with you, man. GothCakez, you know, amazing. Thank you for stopping by. You know, always
anytime.
Always a fun time, you know, whenever we're in the vicinity. You know, Sharai, always just with the shenanigans. You know?
Thank you.
Shenanigans.
If you stay out of pocket, you ain't gotta get out of pocket.
Exactly. Always. A CurlyGirl, you know, always staying ready with the props and the weaponry. And the, you know, I just feel like you always prepared.
Everywhere together.
Yeah. I just feel like you always prepared, you know. And Bianca, Spooky Melanin and Magic, you know, thank you for stopping by. Always a great time. You know. But yeah, everybody, thank y'all, you know, especially everybody who was in the chat, you know, with us rocking out for however long y'all was in here. You know, Dice, Utaka, Germs, K. Washington, Taymon, Terrell, Jaleesa, Jody, everybody who was in here, Wes, everybody, Vanessa. Thank y'all for showing love. Sylvester, if I missed you, I apologize. In love with horror, Cassandra. But yes, that's been another episode, of Evil Live. That's been another discussion, another out of pocket discussion. Of course, we'll be back. We'll be back. Sooner. It won't be. Hopefully, it's not as big of a gap. That we get the out of pocket crew back next time. But I feel like whatever topic it's going to be, it's going to be out of pocket and it's going to be fun as shit. Like always. So yeah, thank y'all for stopping by. Next week we'll be having a talk to me discussion on the movie Talk to Me. So that's gonna be wild. So yeah, make sure y'all tune in next week. But as always, everybody's links are in the description when you see this shit, because it'll be tomorrow, not right now, but tomorrow.
I know that's right.
But yeah, everybody's links gonna be in the description. But yes, as always, peace, love, and horror, everybody. And we out of here.
Bye, y'all.
Yes.